missed it by that much.
Hello there.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Oren. Hi guys. How's it going? Who starts to stream at midnight? This guy, Willis. This guy. Actually, I debated whether I was going to stream it all again. It has been a rough week. It's been a really rough week, you guys. I debated on whether I was going to stream it all, but I decided I was relatively awake, feeling better enough to stream for at least a little while, and yeah, and I missed you guys, so figured why not fire it up and say hi and give an update and figure out what to do, and you know what I mean. So yeah, hi, how are you guys all doing? How are you all doing? Hopefully better than us. Oh my gosh, you're so brave, Oren. Thanks, Holmes. Appreciate it. Or stupid. Kylars was like, "Are you like, what are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "I might stream still." And she's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You've been sick all week. You're still gonna stream tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know." And then I gave it a couple minutes, and then I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm still gonna stream." Like, you idiot. Yeah. You're just like you're tomorrow or something. It sure is. Sure is. Welcome in though, you guys. Durgo, congrats on first, man. Welcome in. How are you? Bam Bam, what's up, dude? Missed it by that much. How are you guys? LG coming in with the Gryffindor and third. Heather, thank you so much. Subscribing 26 months.
Ravenclaw.
That's nuts. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you. Heather, what's up with you? How are you doing? What's going on, buddy? Heather was streaming Valheim recently. Oh gosh, I love that game. Super fun. Speaking of people who stream, Heather's on our family-friendly streamer list, as well as a whole bunch of other people. So if you get an opportunity, exclamation streamers pulls up the link. Otherwise, it's in a rotation in chat. Check out all the people on there. They're baller. LG, what's going on with you? How are you? Woo, just in time for my lunch break. Nice, Lou. And Oren is never late. He arrives precisely at your lunch break. What's going on, man? How you doing? How's your day so far? It's only 11. Not here. Not here. Only 10 for me, but I'm spent. Really, Willis? Willis, how's everything going, man? You doing all right? Hopefully everything's going well. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Gussie, what's going on with you, man? How you doing, brother? Sorry, Gussie, I feel like I have not been able to chat a whole lot, and I know you understand, I'm sure. But we have been so busy, and actually I'm wondering how things are gonna go forward because we're changing some things up at work. But my coworker, I think I told you before, she was retiring. She retired today. Today was her last day. And I mean, like, she's workhorse. So it's like we're gonna have to pick up some slack. They're not replacing her. We're actually gonna be implementing some new tools and processes to hopefully and procedures to, like, how we attack the work and everything too. So hopefully that, like, keeps it pretty well under control. But man, lately we have been so busy, I haven't been able to chat that much, so it really sucks. Exhausted and ready for sleep. I was choosing non-offensive terms for you. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Hope you get some rest, man. Kylars, you gonna stream Orin? Yeah. Yeah, I might. Oh my gosh, when I blew up my finger. So first of all, my coworkers called Kylaris, and like one of them called an ambulance, one of them called the security guards who called an ambulance. And I was friends with all the security guards because I used to work security. And so, like, one of them called the security guard, so they all showed up and were like, oh, Matt, what did you do? And one of the guys was holding my finger in a, like, wrapped in a towel. Another guy was standing there looking completely dumbstruck, had no idea what he was doing, thinking whatever. He was gone. And my boss, I think, called Kylaris. And she called my dad to bring her. We had been married like a year, maybe 2 years, something like that. She's like, you know, she didn't know the area, at least where our hospital is, that well. So she called my dad to be like, hey, can you take me to the hospital, up with him? And my dad just thought I pinched my finger. He's like, you know, no big deal. Oh, he's, you know, they're overreacting. You know, he went by ambulance for a pinched finger. What? And then they like walked in, and my dad was like, he's like joking around with Kylaris and everything, and you know, and all of a sudden he just stopped. He walked in the room and saw it, and he just stopped. You know, and like all humor just completely gone. But so, anyways, the doctor comes in and everything. And Kylaris, you know, Kylaris and my dad are gonna leave while he stitches me up, you know. And she goes, this is all a long story, just to say how I responded to her. But they're walking out, and she goes, are you gonna watch? And I said, I think I am. And I kind of read that, yeah, in the same voice. Oh my gosh. A new player at the game store D&D table has a character named Orin. Shut the front door. Holy cow. I paused on that. I probably shouldn't have even said it. Larson and I laugh at that one, but I feel like that's probably not okay to say. I don't know. Anyway, it is just the front door, but anyways, wow, that's crazy. I mean, my dad worked with a guy named Orin, and I mean, it had no influence on me. As far as I remember, it had no influence on me choosing that name. But yeah, my dad worked with a guy, first name literally Orin. It's the end of first semester for me. Nice, LG, epic. Yeah. I think my kids are done too. They got their report cards. Man, kids are crushing it. Oh, that's awesome, LG. How was your first semester? Durgo, thanks for popping that link in the stream. Appreciate it. Or in the chat. Bam Bam, what is up with you? Thank you so much for the 10 stream streak. You're dead to me. I mean, sure, I totally get it. Yeah. True fan, 15 stream streak. Thanks. Another finger? No, that's the first one, Durgo. That the pinky, blowing the pinky in half. That's the first one. Yeah. I mean, I guess I've done some damage to my hands before that. I had the whole like horsehide rope sliding down on the horsehide rope on my hand and notching grooves that are still there. But wait, what happened to your finger? Lou, you've heard this story. Your finger was cut off. Lou, have you not heard this story? Now you can only count to 9 3/4. I can only feel like 9 3/4. I can't feel the tip of this finger. I feel any pressure or anything on the scar line inside my finger. It took a little getting used to. But I don't feel on the fingertip anymore. I feel in the finger. I was imagining
Hello
the
there.
Kevin Flynn. Yeah, to be fair. Yeah. One of the NPCs is Gorin. That's hilarious. Time flew by so fast. It really does, LG. Man, LG, wait until you're like 40 something and like you have so many years and memories and things and you look back and go, holy cow, it didn't go fast. Lots of things have happened. I lived each one of those days. But like, man, in retrospect, sometimes it feels fast. I think overall it was pretty good. Not going to go into details. Yeah, that's fair, dude. No. I totally understand that. But that's awesome. Good. I'm excited for second semester though. Epic. That is really cool. You got some fun classes coming. That's what's going on, man? How are you? I heard the thumb story. I thought this was a new one that happened this week. No. You guys haven't heard the Pinky story? That's like my most bestest story. I swear it's the one I've probably told the most. 1 second, it's Christmas. Then boom. Yeah, bro. January went really fast, dude. January went really fast. Hi, Faithful. How are you doing? What's going on, buddy? How you doing, you old pirate? So good to see ya. It's been a while. Still sick, so I'm okay. Dessar, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I am too. I'm just getting over it. Actually, like, today was the first day I went into the office this week. I only went on Thursday last week because the weather was so bad here in Michigan. And yeah, I had the one physical aspect of my job I had to go get done. I just had to. So I braved it. It was terrible. I went in. This week I took Monday completely off because I felt horrible. Started to feel a little bit better. Like, it was all just sinus pressure and everything, fatigue. And then started to feel kind of better. We were on Big Amish's stream. We were all playing Moria together, and I think it was okay because I wasn't the one streaming, right? Like, no lights, no having to be on camera, no having to talk if I didn't feel like it or didn't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not carrying the stream. And so it was okay, and we had a good time and whatever. And then Wednesday night, so I thought, oh, I'm getting better. Wednesday night, it just hit me like a truck again. Like, it's like everything that was compacted in my head started to drain. And it caused me to have like a really sore throat. And then I didn't sleep. I probably slept 2 hours Wednesday to Thursday. And I don't think I fell asleep until like 3 or 4 in the morning. Like, I was miserable. And I texted my boss when my alarm went off. And I was like, listen, man, I can't function. I can't do it. He was really cool about it. I stayed in bed literally all of yesterday, all of Thursday, napping and taking it easy. I felt terrible. I went into work today just to like get, you know, that again, that little physical, that small part of my job that requires me to be actually in the office. I went in this morning and got that all done and had it finished like 10 minutes to noon, and I was like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go finish at home. I feel terrible. So came home, finished my day, took it easy, and then this evening, like, took some medicine, and then this evening I feel like I'm starting to kind of clear up a little bit, which is why I'm able to be here. So what's up, Panda? How you doing, man? Gotta get back to work. Get well soon, bruv. Hey, appreciate you, Lou. Thank you, man. I have to tell you the story soon. Can't believe you've never heard this story. I feel like I've told you before, but yeah, so Death Star, I hear that. And our whole family, Kylaris, of course, as always, got it the lightest. Kylaris doesn't really, she gets sick, but it's like, oh, I kind of got a headache. I kind of don't feel that well, but overall I'm okay. You know what I mean? Where it's like the rest of us, man, it's rough. So Ben's had it really bad too. Em's kind of over it, getting over it. She went to school the last couple of days. We had a snow day on Tuesday too, so like that didn't even count for absences. But Em's been back in class the last few days. Ben, today was the first day Ben went back to school, and at about 2:00, his teacher was like, "Ben, you look like you have completely run out of gas." And Ben was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. I got nothing left in me." Paraphrasing, 10-year-old didn't say exactly that, but and his teacher was like, "Ben, go home." So Ben went to the office. They even said the lady there at the office, cool lady, she's so cool. She was like, "Ben, yeah, man, you need to go home." And so Kylaris went and picked him up, brought him home. So it's just been rough. He actually has a basketball tournament tomorrow. He's not making it. I actually just wrote the coach before I started stream to be like, I texted him way earlier. He hasn't replied. So I was like, I know it's like almost midnight, but I feel like I got to make sure this guy knows he can't make it. So I emailed him too, but found out I apparently was out of my inhaler I was taking all week. Oh no, Death Star. Oh no. Hopefully you can get that sorted. Doing good. How are y'all? Well, Faithful, I think I just explained it. We're doing okay. It's been a week. So, glad to hear you're doing well. How's the fam? My grandson has had the flu all week. Yeah. Oh, I remember you saying that. That sucks, dude. What's up, Peripherus? To be fair, it's very conceivable that you injured your finger again. You know what, Peripherus? Truth. No doubt. No cap. As the youngins say. My new class is digital illustration for second semester, and I'm really excited for it. LG, that is awesome, dude. My son is really into digital art. We got him for Christmas, we got him a drawing pad, like a digital drawing pad to go with, there's a free program out there called Krita, Krita. It's really good. We really like it. We've used it for a few things. Big Amish uses it. Really awesome program, Krita. It's totally free. It's open source. And we got Ben, Kylaris has the same drawing pad.
Hello
But we got Ben pretty reasonably priced drawing pad, and he's been doing art on that in Krita since Christmas, and so loves it. That's really cool, LG. That's a super fun class. I'd be excited too. Not to be TMI, but I feel like a Pepto ad right now. Oh no, dude. No, that's not TMI. We're all grown-ups. Most of us. We're not all grown-ups. We're not all grown-ups, but a lot of us are grown-ups. We know how it is. And a lot of us have to have kids, so we know, like, everybody poops, man. Everybody poops. It's okay. That sucks, though. Panda, how are you? What's going on? Let's see here. I heard it many, many times, but I did think it was a new injury. Really? Lou said, oh, I have heard it. Don't mess with me like that. Good on his teacher for noticing how tired he was. Yeah, dude, he said he took a look at him and was like, because I think he brought him down to the office too. And he said he looked at him and he was like, wow, dude, you have run out of gas. You are done. Because he knows Ben's been sick, right? So, weeks, am I right? Mr. C, you're not wrong. What's going on, buddy? How are you? You definitely answered. I sure did. I give so many details. guys just know my whole life. Hey, I use it. You use Krita, Dayhawk? Hi, Dayhawk. That's a great app. I definitely need more practice with it. Yeah, you should check it out, LG. Krita. Totally free. I'm not a grown-up. Truth. Actually, LG, I was thinking of you when I corrected it, and I was like, wait a minute, we're not all grown-ups here. we're children that put on the facade of a grown-up. Yeah. Yeah, LG, yet. LG, it was your birthday recently, right? I don't know if I got to say happy birthday. I told your dad, but I don't know if he conveys messages, but happy birthday recently. That's awesome, dude. I don't think I'm going to be able to read that. I don't know. I don't remember the Pepto-Bismol tune. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, Death Star Rhea. Yay, Pepto-Bismol. I think I made that the Macarena. It's awesome, Holmes. It's awesome. Yeah, 16 now? That's crazy, dude. Nuts. Remember 16. I remember 16. I took my driver's test in the worst snowstorm we had that year. I got 1 point off. I was really happy about it. Did so well. Went and got my license right after. Or like maybe not right after. I think my test was kind of late. So it was maybe we might have gone right after. I think it was on a Wednesday, and I think our what is it? What's it called? Not the DMV, but like Secretary of State was open late that day. And so I think I went and I got my license like right then. Went to my friend's house, bragged about how well I did on the driver's test, said, hey, let's go get shakes at McDonald's to celebrate. Drove to McDonald's, backed into a spot, hit a patch of ice, hit a light post. Thankfully didn't do a whole, did do damage to my truck or the light post, really, but definitely slid and hit it. So I got a lot of crap from my friend about that. But anyway, he was like 1 point off, huh? But anyway, no, that's cool, Holmes. That's cool. What was I gonna say? Yeah, somebody said they hadn't heard the finger story. Really quick. My pinky, I smashed it between a wall. I was pulling a cart with tables on it into a hallway. Oh, we're in ads now. Boo. Never mind. I'm gonna hold off. So anyways, for everybody not in ads, glad to see you guys. I'm happy to be back. Yeah, you have lost 5 points from your license. I know, right? I know. Oh, Gusty, I was a hoodlum too. I got pulled over 3 times in my first 6 months of having my license. And we were the first year that had like the step program for licenses, right? Like 15, you got your permit, which is normal, but 15 permit, 16, you got a restricted license, 17, you got the full license, right? And the 16-year-old restricted license was, like you could only have like one other non-adult in the car with you if there wasn't another adult there, that kind of thing. But so anyways, I got 3 tickets in the first 6 months, and had to retake a test, and then they wouldn't let me progress into the final step until I was 18. So I really botched that. Young Orin was really stupid. Smart, but also really stupid. I made a lot of I made so many dumb decisions. But anyway, don't most of us make a lot of dumb decisions when we're young? But anyway. Hey, important story. That means it's ad time. I know, right? For real. Mr. C, how was your week? What's going on, man? What a malcontent hooligan. You know that's right, man. You know that's right. I know a guy who I call the smartest, stupidest person. Sounds so, yeah. I just made a lot of dumb. Oh man, so like coming out of the school parking lot, my first time getting pulled over and getting a ticket. Gosh, maybe like 3 months after I got my license, and I was coming out of the school parking lot onto the road, and didn't stop. there was a stop sign there technically. I don't know how it works, like school property versus the road. I don't know, because schools are technically public, right? Public school, public property. I don't know. So maybe the stop sign counts. No idea. But anyways, they pulled me over and ticketed me anyway. So apparently, oh yeah. But so anyway, I don't know. I made a lot of dumb decisions. Well beyond driving too. Did I hear you say light post? Because I've never heard that term before. Yeah, like a parking a light to light up the parking lot. Not really. I guess I would consider like a lamp post to be more of the smaller decorative. You know what I mean? This was more like light post, big for the parking lot, tall, concrete on the bottom. I hit the concrete part. Oh, so if I was gonna do any damage, it was gonna be more to my truck. But yeah, so. But maybe that's one of those like colloquialisms. I don't know. But anyway, okay. Finger story. When I was like 25, I worked maintenance at a mall. Same mall I worked security. I was pulling a cart, like a flatbed cart, no handle on it. It had tables, long tables on it, so we couldn't put the handle on it. And I had to move it quick. And I was pulling it backwards by the sides. And I pulled it back into this hallway, not noticing that the hallway had a corner. It went in two different, it went off at a 90 in two different directions, on the other side of the door that I was pulling it through. Pulled it out in the hallway, caught it on that corner, and they said it was like taking a balloon and squeezing up, and it's basically split like a hot dog. And so it blew in half. So, and it was like little bit of skin, just keeping it together. So broke the tip of the bone. It was nasty. It was rough. So like, it was not a good time. Let me tell you, I think it was the singular most pain I have ever been in ever. So I got a nice, you can't see it in the camera, but I got a nice scar that runs along the sides and the top of my pinky. And I don't have feeling in the tip of my pinky here. I feel it on the scar line in my finger. It's ultra sensitive in there, that scar line. And so I feel it inside my finger. And I only really notice now if I like concentrate on it, but like, I don't know. We're so old, there are now hollow posts. Yeah. It's not even real light, it's hollow light. Ew, yeah. Yep. So yeah, that was the whole thing. Like Kylaris is in the room, like at the hospital. I got taken by ambulance, and Kylaris is in the hospital, her and my dad. And like I said, my dad, joking around, whatever, and then he looked and he was like, oh, like all humor, just gone. Just stop. Hard stop. And like, oh yeah, like, oh Matt, what did you do? Like, oh my son. It's a good thing my mom wasn't there. But Kylaris, they were leaving so that the doctor could stitch me up. And Kylaris is like, are you gonna watch? And I'm like, I think I am. And I did. It was fascinating. Let me tell you, what almost hurt more than blowing up my finger is the shots that they gave me. He gave me about 20 shots in my hand and in the finger, to numb it up enough to patch me up. And the first shot he gave me, I looked at him. It hurt real bad. And I looked at him and I said, I'm not gonna lie, don't take this the wrong way, but I almost punched you because that hurt so bad. I almost went into fight mode. And he was like, no, I get it. it's okay. Like, I know that hurt. So, hey, what's up, Era? How you doing, buddy? What's going on? Oh yeah, the worst I've done was ran into a piece of angled iron and almost lost my eye. Yeah, man. That's rough. I once gashed the bottom of my foot on a hotel bathtub faucet. They had to stick a needle directly in the gash, and I was screaming. Yeah. Yep. That sucks. Wow, scary time to join. I know, Era. Era, by now, you should know I love injury stories. I have many. It's just the things that you can't, and in most circumstances, they just kind of happen. Can't do anything about it. It's war stories, man. Era, how are you? What is going on? How's your day so far? We had Lou in here just a little bit ago. But yeah, so anyways, is it a stream without a how Orin got hurt story? I don't think so. Probably not. Probably not. I've had a lot of weird, like in some ways I feel like my life is so boring and I'm fine with that. But like also then I have all these crazy stories, like crazy stories. Yeah, next week on ER or oh man, there'd be a whole like mini series of a show about me. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Lou rearranged the schedule to take my lessons, so I got a day off. Oh, that's so nice. Epic. I'm glad to hear that. I didn't believe him until I checked the students' messages. You didn't believe him. You know what, Era? Fair. I know how that guy operates. That's funny. Man, it's so good talking to you guys. It sucks to have to take so much time off. I just felt terrible. And I felt I'm not all better, but I do feel good enough to be here. So I was kind of debating what to do. I don't know if my head is capable of dealing with anything kind of intense. But yeah, I had a couple ideas. Oh yeah, that injury happened on our first anniversary. Oh no, dude. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, that's rough. Was Mrs. Gusty like, was she there too, like in the room when you were screaming? Or was she like, nah, I can't be there? Yeah, that's rough, man. I had something go straight through my foot. So it wasn't a gash. It was a really clean slice right through, maybe about an inch wide, like inch long on the top. And my dad didn't even take me, and he just stuck my foot in a bowl of peroxide. Oh, did that hurt? I once put some pasta in the microwave, and when I went to take it out, I painfully discovered the plate was ringed with gold. No. How was it not like arcing? Doesn't it like, won't it like arc? It was her hand I was inadvertently crushing. Oh no, poor Mrs. Gusty. That's rough. That's rough, man. The hotel comped our stay and paid us some cash to probably not sue them. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, well I mean, hey. Small price? Maybe not. Did you have to get that stitched up? Yeah, it didn't, so I had no idea. That's crazy, dude. Well, I mean, if it didn't do any damage, should be all right. I know I had a friend, his sister kept a fork on her plate and put it in the microwave, and I'm pretty sure it was arcing and everything. Like, I don't know. It's nuts. That is crazy. One of the things that I thought about doing is showing off what we have been working on. Me and Locke and Kylaris have been working on this week while we've been sick. I know I've told you guys before that we wanted to kind of extend Myths and Mayhem to not just the campaigns, but also some kind of like I don't know if I want to call them just like standalone, but like smaller things, smaller kind of almost like hop in type of thing. So we talked about the arena, which we've imagined as like, you know, if somebody uses some channel points, they can challenge someone in the arena. Side quests. That is a great, yes, side quests. We've talked about the arena. I have gotten started on the arena. I am not very far on the arena. What we really took off on was the tower. So the tower, if you don't know, the idea for the tower is we wanted to create in Tailspire a tower that teams, you know, say people in the community get a team together, they can climb the tower fighting things as they go, and in like specific time frames. So say like hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever, see how far you can get, and just level upon level upon level upon level. And so finite time frame, capped time frame, see how far you can get, have like a leaderboard or you know, a ranking board or whatever.
Mischief managed.
And then hey Desar, take it easy, man. Yeah, get some sleep, dude. Hopefully you feel better, man. Hopefully your grandson feels better too, dude. Take care, bud. Good to see you. Oh, really quick. Let me see. I'm always so paranoid about that. Yeah, dude. Oh man, we make real sure there's no metal going in the microwave. But anyway, so the tower is like, yeah, teams, people in the community can put together teams, and maybe we run like seasons or something like that. I don't know. And we set up a time for your team to run the tower and see how far you can get in the time frame. And we're kind of incorporating some other ideas into additional like small mechanics into that. But so yeah, seeing how far you can get, and then once the season is kind of up, see who did the best, who got the farthest. So we wanted to make it kind of modular. So I've set up kind of a cool system for the floors to be kind of modular, so we can do like different things with them. But we have gotten the base of it completed, or like we've worked a ton on it. It looks really cool. We're really excited about it. So I thought about maybe I got Locke's permission. Locke did a lot of, I'm more of the structures guy. Locke is the decorator for sure, and he did such an amazing job. So I got his permission too to show it off if I want. Before we run it, I'm not going to give away everything, but I thought about showing that. I can maybe handle Hades, but I'm not sure. I don't want to stay up too late. And then there's always like Star Citizen. I could do some space stuff. Gosh, what else? I don't really want to hop into Hytale without Kylaris, so there's a possibility I could do Fortnite. Yeah, I think about that, or like Overwatch even. Sure. So didn't know what you guys thought, but yeah, right, Gusty. If you did, you might have to hightail it out of here. At least tomorrow when she sees what I did. She's probably sleeping at this point, but yeah. So I don't know. I thought maybe I'd pull up. Are you guys interested at all in seeing? So for anybody who doesn't know, Mists of Mayhem is our tabletop RPG program that we do. So far it has been all Dungeons and Dragons story world system, but it's not necessarily going to always be Dungeons and Dragons. Talked Cosmere. We talked about using Even Lu-Fi is Dawnward. Different systems, whatever. And so one of the things we want to do is incorporate some smaller stuff. So that's where the idea for the arena and the tower came into play. So the tower would be teams creating characters or using pre-built characters to go into this tower, and then using the Dungeons and Dragons or whatever system to fight their way up through the tower. So, and each level would be pretty quick. But yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if anybody's interested in seeing that, or if I should just play a game. I'm gonna blow my nose. Give me a second. If I can find my controls. I'm back. Yeah. Yeah, any opinion, any interest in seeing the tower so far, or if I should just 80s, or you're not hurting my feelings either. My grandparents will be calling soon, so I'll be lurking. Oh, that's all good. That's cool, Era. That's fun that you get to talk to your grandparents. Is it for anything special, or just to touch base, say hey? Is it another chicken growing tower? No, it's not. Nope. And actually, like, whatever I show, it's not going to be that much. It was my papa's 82nd birthday a few days ago. Well, happy birthday to him. That's awesome. Cool. So you get to chat with him. Like, listen, Gussie, if you're not interested, you can say, hey, play something. I'm good with that opinion. I just don't know how long I can go and how much of anything. Oh. Oh, my head. I feel like I'm starting to get kind of clogged up again. It's so rough, you guys. Like, we're so disappointed Ben can't be at his basketball tournament tomorrow. Ben was disappointed too, but he also understood. He was like, yeah, I did come home from school today and I'm not better and I probably can't run around. And I'm like, yeah, I think it would whoop you real quick. Oh, but anyway. I'd like an update on the tower, no matter what Gussie says. Okay. Sounds good. Let's do it. It won't take that long, honestly. Though I say that, but I'm chatty. Oh. Let's update. Update stream title. Okay, so I downloaded Krita on my tablet. Epic. Nice. It's got a lot of buttons, LG. So, yep, so many buttons. Yes. It does have a lot of buttons. A lot of the more advanced digital art apps Google will be your best friend. So if you have something in mind, other than just like messing around with things and checking it out, Google will be your best friend. Hey, I kind of want to do this, and Google it. And a lot of information about Krita out there. So, yeah. Yep. Google's already my best friend, right, Mr. C? No doubt. All right, let me load up Tailspire here real quick. We'll get switched over in a second. Yeah, that's the thing too, Mr. C. I do some coding. I do coding pretty often. And I mean, I taught myself VBA and AppScript. Just from Googling and like, you know, Stack Exchange and things like that. Reddit, those kinds of things. So like Google has taught me so much. I'm almost a full grown man. Get switched over. There we go. Kylaris made this dock. It's gonna load everything. So this is the beginning of our, and like I said, this is kind of modular. Actually, I have the pieces over there. Those are templates that we can work off of for designing floors. But pretty excited about all this. So we're kind of making it on an island. The detail is incredible. So yeah, Kylaris did this whole dock and everything. This boat. And I did the front here. So there's some characters we can kind of move around if we wanted to. I'm not going to tell you what this guy's name is yet. Secret. It's a surprise. I built this tree out of some parts. You know, like a little courtyard here. And this entrance. So I just thought this was a cool, like, I wanted to have sort of like a, almost like a deck entrance. Hey, thanks, Faithful. Pretty excited about how it's shaping up. Locke was just most recently working on this graveyard. And like, there's just so many cool little details. Why are you... There we go. Change the focus there. Have you played Slay the Spire, a card game that you go through levels fighting monsters, similar concept to what you're doing? I have not. I have not. My brother has, though, I think. I think my brother's a big fan. I think I've seen it a little bit. Whipsy, King Whipsy, who comes to the stream occasionally. I think I've watched him play Slay the Spire. Yeah, never played it. Fabbeard and Kitty play Slay the Spire? Really? Are they big fans? I've heard good things about Slay the Spire and need to play it someday. Yeah, it seems really popular. What's cool about this is like really you can play any kind of system in Tailspire, and like just the things that you can create are nuts. It's like Locke just used all these different pieces that he put together, and you can like seed them into the terrain and everything to, or into each other and whatever, to kind of create new things even, and just did such a cool job here. So I really like this this cemetery. I don't know that he's done, but one of the things I wanted to do, so I wanted to kind of have a hill back here, and what I'll do, so I started out with like the pieces, the tiles, but what I'll do is I'll kind of inlay different things like bushes or flowers or rocks or whatever to kind of like camouflage or cover up the rough edges, and in doing that you can make it have kind of a cleaner look. So yes, they really like it. Epic. Yeah, have to check it out sometime. I don't love card interface stuff, but I'd check it out. So Anyway, so just kind of a hill there. I think we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something with this space as well. We might just leave that empty back there. I don't know. I don't know if you need to fill it with everything, but so what's kind of cool is like I'll kind of show you what we're doing down on this first level, past this entrance. But what's fun about this is as you move a character through here, it will adjust the game world so you can see your character. So like any roofing above it will kind of disappear, so you can see your character and move around in it. There are effects and everything. Like it's just a really cool. TaleSpire is a really cool system. Interactive. You can click on some things. Just awesome. So, anyways, the first level is actually not the first combat level. So the first level would be more like where groups congregate and maybe hit up some shops or something like that. Prepare to go run the rest of go run the tower. And then the actual first level of the tower run is here. And just love this entrance. Like, so cool. You'll be able to bring your characters up here and decide to run the tower. So, and like the clock starts when this door opens. It's Fatbeard's go-to game when he isn't feeling great but wants to play something that's not too heavy. Nice. Oh, that's cool, man. Love having like I feel like everybody needs a game like that, you know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. That's kind of what I've been doing with TaleSpire this week. It's like we keep talking about these things, the arena and the tower and whatever, and it's like I was sick all this week and I'm not doing much, you know what I mean? I'm not up for much, and I'm going, what do I do? You know what? I'm just gonna get started. I'm just gonna start making stuff. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of putting it off or whatever. I'm like, I'm just sitting around. I got time, so. That's Nubby's Number Factory for me. Oh, I've never even heard of that. Man, I feel like my nickname should be Nubby for all the damage I've done. But anyway, this is the first floor. So your characters will come in through this door. That's so cool how it can come apart to see into the layers. Yeah, so like even like double right click, and as you approach, it like opens up, and you can adjust the height of that by clicking on different parts. And it just allows you to really get in there and see what's going on. So yeah, really cool feature. Really like TaleSpire. It is super cool. Very fun. And I love too that like I bought seats, which means somebody can download the free version. So the paid version, you get everything, access to anything. Don't have to have, the host doesn't have to have seats on the campaign available or anything like that. You can just join if you have the room code or the campaign code. But you can also download the free version. Like Kylaris downloaded the free version. I gave her the room code. She takes up one of my I think I have 4 or 6 seats. I can't remember. But she takes up one of them when she's in here. But nobody else is in here, so like that needs a seat. So Locke has the full version, so it's like whatever. And then I was able to still give her rights to like come in and build and be a part of it, and she could play and whatever. So like the fact that they give a free version that anybody in the community could download, and then if they want to put together a team and go run the tower, I have the seats for people to come and do that, and they don't have to spend a dime. So it's a pretty sweet system. So really, TaleSpire is really cool, and they're updating it all the time. Like it's still in development. they're doing so much with it. It's like Peggle with a roguelike deck building Balatro like thing. Okay, huh. That's cool, man. Yeah, I've never heard of that. But so anyways, first level, your team will come in through that entryway into here. Locke has built. This is a tavern. Like, look at this thing. Look at this thing. This is my favorite right here. Took a capstan and made it a table. I want to go visit. I know, right? Then like all these barrels and stuff. So we have a little bit of story. I'm not gonna reveal everything. We have a little bit of a story about the tavern and why it's decorated like this. So, and it's got like an upper level with seats. Just a cool, yeah, just a cool build. This is actually, when your team is ready, they'll be able to go up these stairs and up this this little tower up to the next level to begin their run. And this is like a potion shop. You know, for potions. So what's up, Christian? How you doing, man? What's going on, buddy? Check this out. Lock through this together. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Maybe you can guess. I don't know. But going well. How are you doing, Fred? I'm doing all right. We've been sick all week, dude. We've been sick all week. Kids have missed school. I have taken days off work. Like, it's been a rough week, to be honest, but I think we're kind of coming out of it now, and it's the weekend, so we get to relax. Ben's missing his basketball tournament at the end of his basketball season, but he's been so sick. Oh. What's going on with you? That'll keep you warm. It sure will. Oh my gosh, it's just so cool. He just threw this together. It's nuts. So blacksmith. Like, how epic is that? Like, that's built from different props and stuff too. These are actually braziers stacked. Like, it just looks so flippin' cool. This is like magical spells and like magical tomes and items. And then here's like a cool food market, which is really fun. Oh, I think he had like a little coffee. Yeah, he does. Got like a little coffee counter, coffee shop back here, which I just thought, he just does such a good job. He has such an eye for detail with these things. It's so good. He does such an amazing job. I'm always like, this is how it always happens in like Valheim too. I usually have the grand ideas and like the structural part of it, and then Locke and Kylaris come in with the details. And like, Kylaris is kind of our sounding board for everything, because she's very good at giving good feedback, and so she'll come up with some good ideas. She'll also really look at something critically and say, hey, I think this would work better like this or whatever. And so she's really kind of all encompassing in that way. But then Locke will come in and Locke will do all of this kind of stuff. And like, if you guys have even seen our portal hub in Valheim, like all of the decorating in that was him. And man, he's so good at it. Like, in just taking random things and putting them together and making something that looks so distinguishable and cool. And like, he's very talented with that kind of stuff. So anyway, so he's got all these food stands set up. Love what he did with that. And then in the center here, we've got this thing going on. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, when you're ready to run the tower, you'll come up the tower here, and then actually, oh, that moved really quick. Give me a second. Try and come up these stairs out onto the ramparts. This tower has a little top here too. Hold on a second. Right there. That tower has a little top as well, but you'll come out onto the ramparts. You'll make your way around here. And then, like I said, once the gates open here, you're starting your run. So your team will go in. You'll fight the first level characters. Let me kind of take you in here too. This hasn't been decorated or fleshed out or anything yet. It's just the basic just the basic structure so far. Your team will come in here and say there's like 5 goblins to fight. So you'll quick fight 5 goblins, and when that is complete, you will this door here will unlock, and then you'll be able to go excuse me, you'll be able to go up these stairs to the next level, and you'll fight whatever is on the next level.
Hello there.
What's up, Sloth? How you doing, man? What's going on, buddy? So yeah, you'll fight what's on the next level. Once you defeat them, gates will open. Go to the next level. Stuff happens. Things to overcome. You go to the next level. And so the whole idea is you've got an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to see how far your team can climb up the tower. And we're gonna have a lot of levels. So like I said, we're throwing around some ideas for some additional mechanics. Yeah. Doing good on the upper end of sick. Oh, dude, same. Are you still feeling it? Weren't you feeling bad like last week too? Are y'all? Dude, Sloth, we're so sick. We're getting better. We're on the mend, but it's been a rough week. So, yeah, man, weren't you sick last week? So yeah, and like I said, the way I built this, I started building it with these floors. These ones at the bottom are kind of different than the rest of them, so I couldn't make those modular. They had to go in. And then I created the floors above to kind of copy the format, and then I made the templates. So I'm not going to show you those templates because there are some spoilers, but created the templates, and now we can take those templates and build out floors however we want within kind of a set of rules that we're guidelines that we're coming up with, but we'll be able to set up rooms, and then we'll be able to just pop them on the tower. So very modular system to get these on the tower. I mostly started feeling it around Tuesday. Oh, maybe I heard you were sick in somebody else's stream. Is there more than just fighting the monsters to get through to the next level? There is. Not a ton more, Durgo, but there's some nuance. But this is not meant to be story driven, really. We have a little bit of story, just I think me, Locke, and Kylaris have a hard time not building anything without considering some kind of story elements, at the very least, in the design. So even, like I said, even on the ground floor, the tavern, there's a reason why it looks like a ship. and we have that in our minds while we're making stuff, while we're coming up with stuff. Like there's story inherent in the things that we build, but the point of the tower isn't really story. The point is really overcoming the obstacles. So whether the obstacle is 5 goblins or whether the obstacle is other non-combat things, I don't know. So that's for teams running the tower to figure out. So, but we wanted it to be something where really we could hop in pretty quick, get people set up pretty quick. That's why we've toyed with the idea of even like pre-made character sheets, and then just saying to teams like, hey, who do you want to play? You know, like we've got this druid and we've got this, and maybe you could tweak it a little bit, or like, hey, maybe you want to run a different system. Maybe you want to run Cosmere system or something. You know, if we can get that figured out, you know what I mean? Like you could run it with that system instead. But the point of the tower is kind of quick, see how far you can get, and considering there's going to be quite a few levels, it's not really a you take your time kind of thing going through them, right? You're trying to get through them as fast. You're trying to get through them as fast as you can. That's a really good question, though. It's one of those things too, like everything we do in Mists of Mayhem takes so much thought in planning, and we plan on play testing this too. So once we kind of get it built enough for people to get in and kind of play, I think we might run some tower climbs in the Discord that are just, you know, play test, just to see how it works, how it runs. Tuesday I crashed hard, overexerting myself. Yikes, Holmes. Yeah. That's Ben's got a basketball tournament tomorrow, and he's bummed to not go. But we were like, dude, you're gonna get out there. He came home today. Today was the first day he went to school this week. They had one snow day, and the other days we called him in sick. And he went today, and his teacher even was like, Ben, it was like 2 o'clock he came home, because his teacher was like, Ben, you look like you have no fuel left in the tank. And he's like, yeah, I feel bad. I'm exhausted. Like, and that's not Ben usually, right? Ben has so much energy. So you know he's sick when he's like, yeah, I'm done. I got nothing. So he came home. So we were like, yeah, I don't think you can play in a basketball tournament tomorrow. And he was kind of bummed. But we were like, yeah, you can't push it too much, Holmes. We're doing that in our campaign. To get full experience, we need to search the entire 24-mile hex. Wow. There are monsters, but there might also be a landmark place / thing to come across. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's cool, man. Get the fastest time in the escape room. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of that. It is like again, the vision, what we are, and it might change a little bit as we work on it or as we play test it or whatever, but the vision is you get a team together, you know, and say we go for like 4 person team, whatever, you know, whatever it is, and your team goes in and you are trying to, we give you an hour, say they give you an hour and a half or 2 hours from the point that you enter. Give me a second. From the point that you enter this gate right here, say we give you 2 hours. Your team is trying to climb as high as they can in those 2 hours. There's gonna be a little bit additional mechanics, a few things you might have to make decisions on. Do I spend a little time doing this one thing, a little extra time doing this one thing because it might benefit me in the future to make something else go faster or whatever, or help us survive farther up or whatever, you know what I mean? Or can we not get this thing? We don't want to spend the time. We're fine. Keep climbing. So there's going to be little things like that, but primarily it's, yeah, climb as fast as you can. Climb as fast as you can. But the doors don't unlock. So say you have a floor where you're fighting mobs, the door does not unlock until you've defeated all the mobs on that floor. So, but yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to perform at church this Sunday. That wasn't going to happen, but fortunately the whole thing got postponed to a future Sunday anyway due to snow. Gotcha. Man, you're getting snow there? That's crazy. I cast knock. It's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Nobody's gonna answer. Nobody's gonna answer. I just got a snow alert. I said snow and it alerted. Yep, snowed last weekend. Snowed again today. Crazy. How often do you guys get snow, Sloth? I can't imagine often. That's funny. Yeah, so anyway, that's kind of the whole idea of the thing. I'm really excited. Like, we thought it'd be fun, like this is on some island, adventuring parties, you know, teams that are looking to climb the tower come here on boat, you know, off the dock here, and then we'll come into this first level, take a look around. Maybe they don't have a whole lot of money to be spending yet. And then when they're ready, they'll make their way to entrance. Clock starts when that door opens and you're running. Not really that often at all. No one here is prepared for it. Yeah, the roads aren't prepared for it, and they never plowed our road the entire week. Yeah, I mean, do they have plows? Like, that's the thing. I've talked to so many people in the South where it's like, one, what you guys usually get if you get anything is ice, and the ice is really dangerous. Like, we get ice, but not like you guys, I don't think. Like, the ice here gets covered up real fast by a lot of snow, and it's easier to drive in snow than it is to drive on ice, obviously. So, like, sometimes the ice is over here, but not, I mean, most of the time we're getting so much snow, it doesn't matter. But we also have the infrastructure to deal with all of it, right? Like, our taxes are going to infrastructure to take care of all the ice and snow. So we have plows. I mean, literally, there's for weeks now, a plow has gone through our neighborhood every day. So, you know, like, and they're salting regularly. Yeah, plowing regularly. Like, we're just prepared because we're used to it, right? And it happens. We have to be prepared. We can't shut everything down every winter because this is every winter for us, right? But, like, you know, I've talked to so many people in the South, you know, and learned, like, really it's the ice and it's the lack of infrastructure, because it just doesn't happen enough to have an infrastructure in place to take care of all of it, right? Like, it just doesn't happen enough. So, right, yeah, technically it was mostly ice. I still can't even walk up the hill to my truck. Crazy. That sucks. Hey, what's up, Goose? How you doing, man? We had great fun at the office today, watching people from the apartment complex across the street get stuck in the ice. Yeah, that sucks. That's rough. One guy tried to push someone out with their truck, but they didn't get anywhere, so they backed up and tried to ram them out. That's called a wreck. Oh, no. They're just panicking at this point. It's bedlam. I've been craving curry all week, but I can't get to town to get it. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah, we definitely have days. I mean, last week especially. Last week I went into the office one day, and I really shouldn't have. Like, it was bad. Yeah, it was really bad. And I mean, and it's got to be really bad for us too. But But every year we have days like that, though, where even with the infrastructure we have in place and everything, like, it's just too bad. They can't keep up. I mean, it got so cold last week, and at the beginning of this week, it got so cold that salt did nothing. Like, it can get so cold that the salt can't even really melt it. And it's not, they don't even really use salt anymore. It's like a compound, right? But they had to mix sand in with it to get any kind of effect. And basically the sand is not melting it, the sand is allowing traction. So, you know, giving a little bit more grip. But, I mean, it was just stupid. Like, but every year we still have, our kids still have snow days, or extreme cold days. And there'll be days where, like, for us in the office, we just go, nah, we're not driving, it's not safe, not doing it. We're working from home, so. That's crazy. Our precipitation was Saturday and Sunday. I didn't go into the office until yesterday. Actually got approval to work from home for the first part of the week. Wow, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, man, because I know your work isn't too keen on on doing that. Anyway, it was, oh my gosh, when I zoom in, the camera moves so slow. But I was gonna say, what's really cool, I'm gonna move this character around a little bit. I like the wizard. So even when you're moving him, you know what I mean? You can see even how many feet. I love that it counts the feet, and I can actually adjust how large a square is based on like diameter or whatever. And so, you know, if my character can only move 25 feet, well, okay, I can move this far. But what's cool is as you kind of move the character around, you'll see that move him under here, and this is gonna auto adjust to my character so I can continue to see him. And he is actually blocked by this doorway until we open it, and now he can step through. This roof actually snapped back because now he's in this room, and now the ceiling is going to adjust based on that. And he can turn on a torch. There's different things he can do too. Like, I can even, if I'm playing this character, I can select another character and I'll get an option to attack. There's a couple of different like attack visuals, like graphics, with like audio and stuff like that too. I mean, you can have them knocked down, they can fly, like you can adjust how high they can fly, like just some really cool. And look surprised. And they continue to add more to this. Like, it's super fun. So again, the fact that we could even do this, like, people could come in and run this tower and not have to spend a dime is really cool. And we can give people unique access to these characters. And you can even import characters from different like Hero Forge and things like that. Yeah, just kind of moving the character around, and it adjusts the overhead height. So even if I bring him here to this staircase, which Locke just did such a cool job on, as I move him up the stairs, the levels above start putting themselves in place. And you can use the arrow keys as well to hop through the squares. If you wanted to kind of fine-tune the movement a little bit. And then so when he's ready to enter, he does that. It's a really cool system. I'm really excited to get to the point where we can get people in here play testing this to run the tower. So anyway, yeah, that's the tower so far. Yeah, really excited about it. Loving the progress that we're making. Love the idea of the modular system, because then we can get, like, Amish has even talked about getting in here and creating some things, like helping us decorate and do some stuff. And so we can just work off those templates, stack them, keep stacking floors onto the tower. So really excited about all of that. And then we'll make the arena. So the arena, we can set up, somebody can redeem, you know, say they redeem a fight in the arena. We can even do potentially a 2v2, but we want it to be kind of quick. We don't want it to be like a 3-hour thing necessarily. So it's almost kind of like, hey, I want to challenge so-and-so to a duel in the arena. And if they accept, then we can set it up so that they can go have that fight. And so we just think that would be kind of fun, just having people in the community able to go in and like have a fight in the arena, or gather a team together and do the tower. So anyway, really cool system, lots of things you can do with it. And yeah, and they just continue to add more and more to it. So I'm still working on my tavern build. I think I almost have it complete. I need to, like, my little tavern campaign thing that I streamed before with Tailspire. I would love it. It's just so many things and ideas and whatever that I'm like, I don't have enough time in the day. But I would love to get some people in to play that too. So gotta finish that up. It's very close. I don't know why I don't just finish it. Life, I guess. But so anyway, yeah. That's the idea. What's cool about that too is I can add music, I can add fog, ambiance, like different ambiance things. Like, yeah, so cool. Gonna update my stream title here, and can't stay up too much longer. The tower seems fun. Hope to be able to play it at least once. Yeah, that'd be really cool, Jergo. That would be really cool. I think I'm gonna get to bed. Have a great night, y'all. Yeah, you too, Goose. Take it easy, man. Hope you get some good sleep, good rest. Oh, Mrs. Goose, I say hi. Yeah, yeah, the tower seems fun. Hope to be able to play at least once. Yeah, Jerko, for sure. Like I said, we'll probably do some
Mischief managed.
We'll probably do some test runs in Discord. So I'll probably at some point I'll get the word kind of out. Just to see who's interested in like helping us, you know, like just do a run of the tower. What's fun too is Locke and I said we could like co-DM. And so we'd be able to work together to run the whole thing and kind of hopefully operate it smooth. And I think the more we kind of test it out and stuff, the smoother we'll obviously we'll get at it. So that could be really fun to co-DM with Locke and all of that, and then just see how people react to it and like the decisions that they make and what they're doing and whatever. Like it's just be so fun to do. But yeah, so we'll probably play test it in Discord and then kind of fine tune it. So Pretty excited about that. The arena's more straightforward. The arena's really more straightforward. It's just a battle. It's just a PvP arena battle. There's not much more to it. But we'll put in some traps and things like that, I'm sure, and whatever, but I don't know. There's nothing more to that. That's just hop in this cool looking arena. And we've talked about like even making different arenas with different themes. So like a person redeeming it could pick like which arena, which venue they want to be at to fight. So, but you know, just a way to kind of even between campaigns, like yeah, I can see it being available all the time, but just kind of between campaigns, especially kind of keeping the Mists of Mayhem thing going a bit by having an option for that. I'm excited to see what you grow it into. Yeah, thanks, Faithful. We are too. We just think it seems so fun. In a D&D setting, what level characters would they be? You know what? We haven't decided that yet. I am tempted to say 3. I don't want it to be too complicated. I don't want it to be I don't want teams to be too overpowered. And I mean we would tune all of the mobs appropriately as well. But that's going to be part of the playtesting too, I think, right? It's like what do we tune the mobs to, and then in conjunction with that, what do we tune the players to? So we really got to decide. I want teams to be able to go in there and still be kind of creative about how they defeat enemies, but I don't want it to be something where it takes forever and people have a huge, you know, a huge list of abilities and things like that available to them, where it's almost like I have so much, what do I use? I don't know. We'll have to see. But I initially I was thinking maybe level 3. But what Mists of Mayhem campaign did we start at level 3? Was it just this past one? Or was it campaign 2 with like Christian and Peripherus and me and Clay? 3's a good even number. Okay. Sure, go get out. Yeah. I was initially thinking 3, but well, we haven't settled on a final level. So anyway, but yeah, just trying to keep something going, and use Tailspire too. Like I love Tailspire. It is so cool. Like I cannot wait to show people. Really got to finish that tavern campaign, mini campaign. I wouldn't call it a one shot. I don't know if it's gonna be a one shot, but it is not a long. It won't be super long, but I can't wait to show people because there's some things that I'm just like really excited and proud of in that build, and I think it's really fun. And Tailspire is just such a cool. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it when I first got it, and then I got into it and started building and started messing around with stuff, and then seeing where the devs are taking it and what their kind of overall vision for it is, and like, man, it's just such a cool program. It's so much fun. That I want to use it more, and then to be able to kind of keep the Mists of Mayhem, even between campaigns, keep the Mists of Mayhem sort of what am I looking for? I'm starting to get kind of fuzzy brained. Kind of keep the program alive. You know what I mean? In between campaigns, especially. Oh, one shots? We don't do those. Custy, no doubt. No doubt. Oh man. Locke and I have a little bit started talking. Me, Locke, and Kylars have talked a little bit about campaign 4. we're trying to get the ball rolling. We're gonna have to figure out theme. We're gonna have to figure out. I'm likely DMing. Locke is likely going to be a player. I think he's gonna be able to make that work. And so then we've gotta figure out story, and we gotta figure out who we're asking. Oh, that is such a who we're asking is such a it takes so much work. It's literally hours and hours of conversation. It's and then asking people and seeing if they're available, and if they're not, figuring out like who's gonna fit into this mix as well. And it is just such a long conversation. So so yeah, we're starting to get the ball rolling. We are nudging the ball toward the hillside to roll it down. And we're about to push it over the edge. Really get some momentum. So would love to get campaign 4 planned, get some people invited, and get that figured out. So you got to consider details like, Gussie isn't going to shut up the entire time, right? No, that's not. No. But sort of, yes. We consider people's personalities, how they might mesh with other people. Not even just like would they get along, but like, some people are quieter and less aggressive's the wrong word. There's some people that are more likely to just let others talk, to the point where, like me, I don't have a problem speaking out. I don't want to say interjecting, but because I try not to like interrupt people and stuff. But like I don't have a problem. It's the right time saying what I mean, whatever. Yeah, but yeah. But making sure that like somebody who might be a little bit quieter, who's less likely to speak up over somebody else, you know what I mean, that they're maybe paired with a group that has more people who are less verbally forthcoming. You know what I mean? There's just so much that goes into it. There's so many things that we consider. If you're quiet, Orin has you on a list. I mean, I got the loud ones on a list too, including me. But yeah, so there's just so many things that go into that. Like that's what's really hard about it too, is like nobody's there but me, Locke, and Kylaris for these conversations. And then it's like when you pick people, they have no excuse me, sorry. They have no idea why we picked the crew that we did, why we put it together with the way that we did, why maybe we picked this group of people, or whatever, to go in campaign 3 versus campaign 4, or whatever it is. Like we put so much thought into that like there's reasons for all of it, and it's for reasons that we hope make sense. So holy careful phrasing, Batman. I know. I'm trying to like, I'm just trying to convey it in the right way, you know what I mean? It's okay, Orin, you can call us loud. I mean, we are. But I mean, I think too though, Sloth, like even this last group, right? Like I'll put it out there, like I think Heather is quieter than some of us, right? And so putting her in a group with she's very close to closer to Elbow. And I think Elbow that like kind of having that helps, I think. And so giving her someone she spends a lot of time with in that campaign made sense. We figured Elbow would get along with Jesse and Sloth. And like Heather gets along with anybody, right? But like Jesse and Sloth, I knew like Jesse was kind of our wild card. Jesse could kind of fit wherever, I think. And we were really kind of working with her schedule. And then we knew Sloth would be like, Sloth, you're, I don't want to just say loud like me. We're not afraid to speak. If we have something on our mind, we're going to say it, right? And so it's like, but we're respectful enough to recognize, hey, let's give somebody else a chance to speak as well. So we considered all of that. I mean, it's people's schedules. It's not only will these people get along, but like kind of what are their personalities like? Is that going to mesh in this venue? You know what I mean? Like, are we pairing people up that, like, Sloth, we know you know Jesse well, right? So we knew that like pairing you with Jesse would be helpful, right? And not that you'd be like shy or anything, but like having someone there that you're more familiar with helps you relax a little bit to be able to just enjoy the game. Like, I knew Elbow isn't shy. He's not gonna, he's gonna be forthcoming, right? Like he's not afraid to speak, but he's gonna be respectful enough, right? So there's all these things, like, and that's just like tip of the iceberg. There's all these things that we consider. I mean, throw in schedules in that too, right? Like, like we said, Jesse, we could have kind of put in any campaign we felt like, but Jesse told us what time frame would work best. And so, okay, well, where can we shift things around from maybe what we were originally talking about to put Jesse in a group with Sloth, who Sloth knows more, and these guys will get along with Heather and Elbow, who know each other more, and you know what I mean? Like they're, and then do all of their schedules and expectations for what they want to do in D&D and Myths and Mayhem. Does that all line up? You know what I mean? I mean, I have a spreadsheet and schedules, and we talk personalities, and I mean, it is literally, when I tell you guys, it is hours of conversation. It really is. It spans multiple days, multiple sessions. And then again, like even campaign 3, we asked somebody initially, and it didn't work out. And we kind of knew it wasn't going to work out, but we wanted to give the opportunity anyways, just in case, like, hey, this is what we're thinking. What do you think? We know things are kind of up in the air right now. Like, what do you think? And they said, yeah, no, I probably can't. I shouldn't. It's not going to work out, right? Now we've got to shift gears. So it is just, it's nuts. It is nuts. And it takes a lot of work. And it has nothing to do either with like, I don't want to say popularity. I don't know, like how much people know the community. I mean, there are definitely people who have signed up on the forum that are a hard no. And I'll straight come out and say that. Like, there are some people, like there's even people that have signed up on that I don't really know. They don't really come. I have no idea who they are. You're not really part of the community. That's a hard no from me, right? Like, hey, you want to come and hang out and we get to know you? Cool. We'll talk then. I'll keep you on the list. We'll talk. But yeah, there's a couple people that they come every once in a blue moon and I hardly know them. And yeah, nope, I'm not going to have you on my stream. So that's just a hard no, right? But yeah, it is so much work. And then amidst all of that, we're trying to tailor a story and a campaign to everybody's preferences, and a story that we hope resonates with them. And it's so much work. And then scheduling, and anybody who has played tabletop ever knows scheduling is just so hard. And yeah, it's crazy. It is so worth it. We have such a good time. We have such a blast. But it's a lot of work, y'all. It is a lot of work. So sometimes it feels like Miss Mayhem moves kind of slow, especially in between campaigns, and we feel it too. But it, like, just know we have a lot of work on our plates to make it happen. So he's making a list, checking it twice, gotta find out who's shouty or quiet. I think where was it? Heather said yes, that did help. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, you know, Heather, I'm not saying that when you have something to say, you don't say it, but I think you're polite, and I think you're just not as exuberant of a communicator as some of us. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to just say loud, but like, just like me and Gusty and Sloth are chatterboxes. We are very chatty. We say a lot. We speak a lot. And that's good, because you want, you know, not everybody wants to be filling the void all the time. And we need those people too. But like, you know, yeah, you just don't want somebody to feel like they can't ever speak either. So like, trying to balance that group. And I thought campaign 3 was great. Like, campaign 3 really worked. Really worked. Great group of people. They've all been great groups of people. Campaign 3 is just the most fresh in my mind, and it really worked. We had a blast. I thought everybody got along really well. It was respectful. Campaign 3 could not have gone better. We had a little hiccup there with a little bit of time that we couldn't do it, but otherwise, man, fantastic cast. It was a lot of fun. Right, yeah, I absolutely see what you're saying and absolutely agree. Yeah, gotta make sure the quiet folks can have a voice. Yeah, for sure. So there's that level of like self-awareness, right? Being cognizant of, yes, I'm a chatterbox. And there aren't always people around me who are as chatty and forthcoming in communication as I am. And so I have to remember to take those moments to respectfully allow them to speak as well, right? You know what I mean? And so it's, you know, I knew that group was gonna work, and it did. Like, it was so good. Yeah, Sloth, I don't want to say loud, but I will. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the Venn diagram, I'm loud too. I'm so loud. Oh, absolutely. It was probably obvious at the start with how Skuldak immediately connected with Franny. Yeah. And like that's the thing. You consider those things when you're putting a campaign cast together. Like, there's a lot of talk. Orin, I have a spreadsheet for that. I know, right, Heather? I know. It should be a command. I should just make a sound file that says I have a spreadsheet for that. Orin probably has an entire database for this. Honestly, I don't though. Like, it's just one tab of a sheet. It might be 2 tabs. It might be 2. But you guys, it's fantasy football, but going all the way back to D&D. You know that's right. That's my D&D campaign. That's my D&D campaign. I don't know you. Yeah, I'm more reserved. Right. Yeah, Heather, like, I feel like you're the type of people. One of my best friends growing up was like this too. He wasn't averse to speaking. He wasn't shy or afraid. He just only spoke when he had something to say. I will fill the void. Man, especially if I'm anxious or like I'm in an awkward situation, you think I talk a lot now. I feel I will fill the void, right? And my buddy, I work with him now, which is pretty cool. But he was one of my best friends growing up, and he's just one of those guys. He's quieter. He's usually kind of sitting not in the background, but sort of off to the side a little bit, kind of observing, and didn't really say a whole lot unless he had something to say. And when he did speak, it was typically either hilarious or he made a really good point. So, you know what I mean? And it worked really well. There was balance in our group of friends in all of that. So, I won't get into all the other reasons there was balance, but that was one of them, where I'm super chatty. He was quieter. When he had something to say, he would speak. He had no problem with that. He just, pickier about when he spoke. So, opinionated. No, not quite. Opinions. We don't have opinions. Yeah, right. I'm all like, Gusty, let's do a podcast. You gotta have all the opinions if you're gonna do a podcast. I miss it. I miss it too. I do. I miss it too. There's there's it's sort of a two-sided coin for me with Mists of Mayhem. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of scheduling. It can sometimes be a little drama. It can be hard sometimes to run something like that where it's not your job and you're going, hey, every whatever day, every Friday night, this is what we're doing, right? Unless something kind of comes up or whatever, but we're going to do this. And I mean, I could be tired, whatever, and we're still going to try and make it work. And that part of it is hard. But the other side of the coin is, it is so much fun. It is so fun to connect with the people from the community that are in the current cast. It is so much fun to see how they react to this story. Locke has always done an amazing job at crafting a fun story. It's so much fun, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it immensely. It's a great time to spend with people. And I'm an introvert. I definitely need some time not with a big group of people, but to recharge, you know what I mean? But those moments where we can do Mists of Mayhem, which isn't a big group, it's not a big group, so it feels kind of better in that way. But that opportunity to get people in and be a part of it and talk with them more and actually spend time longer term a little bit, doing something. So much fun. So much fun. And really, we had such a great time. We've had such a great time. So all of our groups have been really fun. Yeah, it's such a great experience with all of it. And that's what makes all the work, some of the headache and everything, totally worth it. So 2 tabs sounds like the making of a database. Well, I have the form that everybody fills out, and then I export that. I kind of throw people into sort of scheduling, and we do a whole filter thing. Who have we had in again? We're not averse to having someone in that we've had before, but first we're gonna try and get someone in who hasn't done Mists of Mayhem before, right? So if we needed somebody to fill, we could ask somebody back, but we want to get through the people that have filled out the form and that don't fit in that hard no category, right? So Heather absolutely crushed it, especially being her first campaign. Yeah, and honestly too, her being the first death in Miss Mayhem, like, still just resonates with me, and she handled it so well. Like, D&D can be tough when you're first starting. You don't know what you're getting yourself into with this sometimes. And then for her character to die pretty early in, and she handled it like a champ, like handled it so well. And it turned out to, we talked about this, right? Turned out to reshape everyone's characters, the entire campaign. Like, it was super impactful. And it was such a cool experience. And I am sorry that it happened to Heather. It was her first D&D experience, really. But I'm also thankful it happened to Heather, because it ended up being, because she handled it so well, and because it ended up being such a cool, terrible, horrible, amazing thing that happened. And it was so good, you know what I mean? And like, that's what I love about like doing this. And I love video games, but the fact that like anything can happen, and then how do you react to it, is the story, right? How we react to Heather's character's death is the story. It's so cool. MVP character development, and she went through two too soon. I know. Yeah, always. Always. I know. Scheduling is always the hardest part. Getting 40 people to show up at the same time is always a miracle. Oh my gosh, Mr. C. The old school raids is nuts. Like the raid leaders or the guild leaders who had to keep track of all that stuff, like literally having calendars and spreadsheets to try and get everyone in. And then if you were part of a bigger guild too, like, not only were you dealing with scheduling, but you're also dealing with how do we fairly get people in to these raids when we have more people than can go in the raids, right? Like, nuts. The crazy scheduling that had to go into that. Like, and I don't envy that, because honestly, it's super hard to deal with. Even, we don't have a huge community, but even take Pantheon. I show people Pantheon. People get excited and interested in Pantheon, and they want to play. And I think there's this feeling of, well, we want to play with Orin. Orin, you know, I heard so much that my enthusiasm for Pantheon, how excited I was for it and everything, was what drew a lot of people towards it, right? And it's like, I can see where, gosh, you know, I would love a chance to play Orin. You can only have 6 people in a group, including me. You know what I mean? So there's only 5 other spots. And then you throw in Kylaris in that, and Kylaris is just, I mean, it's Kylaris, right? And so now there's 4 spots. And, oh, Locke wants to play. Well, Locke's my brother from another mother, right? Like, now there's 3 spots. And it's, you know, and it's just, it's so hard. And it's like, it's so hard because I want to give everybody time. And I just don't have it, right? And so then to, like, then to do something like a 40-man raid and not even have enough spots, the right scheduling or whatever, I just cannot even imagine dealing with all of that. So, but yeah, schedule. We always say scheduling is the real end boss of tabletop RPGs. that's what you really need to overcome. BRB making it an IRL alt so I can apply for M&M on a fresh account. No, Sloth, I told you, man. I told you. At some point, we're going to get through that list. And that's when I'm going to, I think that's when I'm going to implement the, sort of the permanent, like, SNL style cast. So Like I posted in Discord, one player was gone for a few weeks, and his character was looking for mounts for the party by himself. The rest of us went to look for him. When he came back to the table, we played the party that found him and guided him home. Our two groups met up last session, now playing 2 characters. There are 8 of us at the table, equals 16 characters. Oh my gosh, that's insanity. How do you guys even get through? It would take so much time just to go through turn order. That's nuts. There's a reason I'm not a guild leader in any game. Truth. Also, a lot of that happened with Nathan Napalm. He solved it by just inviting random people of any class and skill. Oh, nice. Yeah, because Nathan, oh, dude, that guy, I did, what did I do? It was on Static Group, I thought, with Nathan. And I had to tell him, I was like, dude, I have been watching your videos. I said, I'm exaggerating this, but I'm a little starstruck. I know you're just a dude, but like, I've been watching your videos for years, man. And I just think it's so cool that I'm getting to meet you. And he was like, oh yeah, it's all good. Like, he's a cool guy. Oh, I don't know him that well, but been watching his videos for a while. Well, that's pretty cool, yeah. But nobody wants to be the bad guy and say you can't hang either. I know, like that's what really sucks. It's like I'm an introvert. A lot of people mistake me for an extrovert. I am not. I am a hardcore introvert. And it's like I like a lot of people, but I am not the type to always hang out in a large group. That takes energy from me. It might be great. I might be having a great time. So it isn't like that where like somebody should take that personally or whatever. It's exhausting to me after a little while. So I'm not usually, I think even in our own Discord, right? There was a time there where there was a lot of like looking for group stuff going on. And it's kind of like sometimes when Kylaris and I weren't streaming, especially when we had things like Miss Mayhem going and FPS Friday and all of this, where we were hanging out with more people, bigger group of people, especially on stream nights and more often, right? It was really important for us to have time away from all of that. So we would have a lot of chatter in our Discord about looking for group and things like that. And I felt bad saying no a lot, but also I didn't want to burn out faster, right? And it's hard to tell people no when you like them, when they're just looking to hang and you don't want to be the bad guy, right? And you know, even FPS Friday and the whole thing that went down with that for us and stuff, we had a lot of reasons why we stopped it. But there's that part of us that feels really bad about it because everybody was having, I think most people were having a really good time with it. And it's not something, you don't want to be a killjoy. You don't want to remove that because you're having a good time with people you like. Like, I like these people. I don't want to be the bad guy. But right now, I don't think I can do this. You know what I mean? And my partner in crime, too, Kylar, is like, I don't think I could do this right now, you know? And it just, like, it sucks. Like, you don't want to do it. But, I mean, what do you do? And like, that's the thing too. I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, what gives? And I like, how do I explain this in a way that really conveys like, hey, I like you. I'm glad you're here. I just don't have all the time in the world, you know what I mean, to like give everyone a slice of that pie. It's tough, you know. Or even like with Miss Mayhem, I've had people say, hey, How come I haven't been picked for Miss Mayhem yet? And again, them not seeing the behind the scenes and what goes into that. It's like I understand why when you don't see that, it can feel like a personal slight, maybe. It's not. I'm not trying to slight anybody. The three of us have had hours of conversation to try to match people's schedules and personalities and all of this, expectations for campaign length and like, what are we going to do? Like even what time of year is it and what's going on for people? What's going on for us? Can we do a longer campaign? Do we got to do a shorter campaign? Are we going to run a one shot? Like, what are we going to do? And there's so much that goes into it. And I've had people reach out and be like, hey, I'm kind of upset. How come I haven't been picked for Miss Mayhem? And it's like, really, it's not a personal slight. It's like, I'm really not, I'm gonna get everybody I can get into Miss Mayhem. It just might take some time. You know what I mean? And how do you explain that in a way that makes sense to them? It's hard. It can be really hard. So. Put me in, coach. Pick me for dodgeball. Yeah. So yeah, it's tough, man. And it's 2 hours we play. Durgo is that entire 2 hours taken up with one round of of turn order, because that's nuts, man. 16 characters plus mobs. How do you get anything done? End of the year thingy? What do you mean? Maybe I lost it. What end of the year thingy were you talking about, Mr. C? I get starstruck talking with Orin someday. It might have been the end of the. No, you know what it was, Mr. C? Now I know what you're talking about. It was the announcements. It was the after party when they used to do the live streams, or they put out the videos or whatever, and it was the Gosh, Mr. C, were you there? I don't remember. But it was after they announced, we saw the video where they announced the change in the graphics, the graphical style. And it was like that super short video. We were all prepped to like watch it. It was super short, and then we were like, what just happened? Like, what just happened? Nobody was expecting that. And I was on like the after show. And with like Nathan and Pantheon Plus. Yep. Yeah. I called in a few times and talked. I used to listen to that all the time, and I called in a few times and talked to Minus. Oh yeah, Minus and Nathan and stuff like that. Yeah. Got on the line with them sometimes. Not too many, but and then I was asked. I think Drac asked me to come on for Pantheon Plus after the update and stuff. So yeah, that was crazy. I get starstruck talking with Orin. Someday I'll get to join his Discord. Whatever, sloth. We had that though, like younger guy. He's an adult now, but when he started following us, he was like 14. And he got in voice chat with me for the first time after like 4 or 5 years of following. And he was kind of quiet at first. And I think he messaged me after a while, and he was like, sorry, it's just really weird. Like I'm kind of starstruck. And I'm like, dude, don't be starstruck. I'm just some dude. I know you've watched me for years on the internet, but like, I'm just some dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. Like you don't have to be intimidated or anxious or whatever. Like, it was really funny. 1000% large groups drain me too. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's what a lot of people don't understand about introversion and extroversion. Social situations, many social situations, not all of them, but many social situations drain me. Doesn't mean I'm not having a good time. Doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean any of that. I could be having a great time. but I am going to be exhausted by the end of it. And then I need time by myself to recharge. Doing something I want to do that is quieter and by myself. Kylars doesn't count. I've told her one of the reasons why I knew we would work is because when she was around, it didn't feel like I was like with company, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like I was by myself in a way. Like, it was just so natural to have her around. But yeah, exhausting. So that's where it's like on non-stream nights. So I'd come on and do streams a few nights a week. And, you know, not to mention too, like there was a lot going on. Like FPS Friday ended too, when there was a lot going on behind the scenes. I was really unhappy with my new job. I've gotten better about it. Really unhappy with my new job. Lots of stress there. Like, lots of stress. There were so many things going on behind the scenes that people didn't see and didn't know about, really, that made us decide, hey, we can't do this anymore. We love hanging out with you guys. It has been a blast. We just can't do this right now. And it sucked. It really sucked. But at the end of the day, like, if we're gonna get burned out and we just don't, like, do we get to the point where we don't feel like we can even stream? Like, you know, so we had to do something. One day I'll meet the Sea of Thieves star Orin. Oh my gosh, Mr. C. I feel you on that. I hate telling people no to gaming as well, but I also know that I need time to recharge or no one is going to have a good time. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, geez, that is a really awkward conversation. The worst is when they ask what gives in live chat. Yeah, that's happened too. Like, that's happened a little bit too. Yeah, I won't get into details, but there's been some awkward situations for sure. Oh, you just wish everybody would be the same in how they understand and, you know, maybe take a step back outside, you know, step out of their own shoes and consider, hey, there might be more going on than what I'm seeing and what I think and what I assume and whatever, right? And yeah, you would hope everyone would be able to do that. That is not how humanity works. So yeah, I've definitely had to deal with some people that thought, hey, I haven't been in Miss Mayhem yet. I feel personally slighted. It's like, yeah, it's not meant to be. If you haven't been in Miss Mayhem yet, there's a reason. And if you're not one of these hard no people, you know, you show up, we know you. That's not a hard no. So we will get you. We will get you in. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's about timing and it's about how everything else works out. And like, yeah, I get it. It's hard to feel left out in that when you don't see what's happening behind the scenes. But I just hope that people can be patient with us. And but yeah, it's tough. Like I'll throw out Bam Bam here. I really like Bam Bam. I really appreciate her being part of the community. I appreciate her coming in and saying, hey, she has asked us to play some games sometimes, and the timing just hasn't worked out. And it, you know what I mean? Yet. And I feel so bad about that because I really like Bam Bam. It just hasn't. She's, you know, there's been a couple times, hey, we're playing Fortnite. You want to come play Fortnite? It's like, oh man, you know, we're watching a movie with our kids or whatever, right? I hope she wouldn't mind if I used her as an example. But that just happened recently. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I really like you. I think you're great. I think you're a lot of fun to hang out with. You know, you show up, like, I haven't had the time yet, you know? And it's like, how many times does that happen before somebody feels like, oh, you just don't want to hang out with me? And it's like, no, that's not it. You know what I mean? That's really not it. It's just timing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, put me in, coach. Pick me for dodgeball. That's so awkward, especially when doing that kind of screams like they feel they deserve the spot, which doesn't give a good vibe for how they will be at the virtual table. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to take it that way. I'm trying to see it from their point of view, because even some of, I know these people, right? And I mean, we're not best friends. We're not best friends, but like, I know these people, and I don't even think it's like an entitlement thing. Like they deserve the spot. I think it's a, gosh, I really want to do this. It takes a while sometimes to get into a new Miss Mayhem campaign anyways, for us to get the ball rolling. I would really love to be a part of this. I filled out the form. We talk. Why am I not in this yet? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just disappointed. I was excited for the idea of being in this, just starting up. Why? You know? And I can totally get it. Like, I try to put myself in their shoes. But, you know, but it took me saying too, like, hey, listen, it's complicated. Like, and if you ever want to talk about it, like, I can lay out for you why it hasn't been yet. You know what I mean? Like, as best as I can. But it hasn't been yet. But that doesn't mean never, you know? So it's hard. Like, streaming is so cool and it's so fun, and doing all this and meeting people from all over and cool people, getting to know cool people. And it's just hard sometimes too, because we don't spend any of this time in real life together. You're interacting with me through a screen. That's going to have a limited, that's a limited relationship, right? In a lot of ways. And it can be hard to navigate that. And here's the deal too, like, somebody might be a really cool person and I might really like them being around, and I might really like chatting with them and everything, but maybe we just don't click in a way where, like, hey, when I'm not streaming and I need to relax and I need to be with my really close friends, because if you know anything about introversion, introverts tend to have a small group of really close friends. And that is, I mean, I'm sorry, but that is a really hard group to end up in. And it's really got to click. Like, me and Locke clicked right away. Like, right away. Me and Locke clicked right away. Right? And it just was pretty natural how that happened. And I'm not closer to a lot of people like I am to Locke. You know? So it's like, I'm not going to have that with everybody. You're not going to have that with everybody, right? And no matter how much you want it or think it could happen, if you don't click, you know, like, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean I don't, you know, don't want you around or something like that. Just not everybody clicks either. And like, I don't know, man. So like, trying to navigate it, it's such a crazy, like, social thing. Twitch is such a crazy social thing. Like, because its strength is in how it's a social thing, right? I could just be playing video games. But what I want to do is I want to find cool streamers who have cool communities. Like Gusty's playing these games. I don't always like the games Gusty plays. I am not always a fan of the games that Gusty plays. Even the game he was playing today, I could care less about that game. But I really like Gusty. And I really like watching his streams. And he happens to stream at a time that I can, most of the time, have it on in my ear. you know what I mean? And like maybe I can chat a little bit. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna show up, right? Like Sloth, you're usually streaming around the time that we're like, you know, I've always appreciated how great you are with my kids too, by the way. Been very, very awesome with my kids. You're usually streaming while we're eating dinner and or spending time as a family doing something, so I can't always be there. But you know, but so I'm saying, like, I really like Gusty. I could care less what Gusty's playing. I don't like, you know, like even the retro stuff or whatever. Like, it's totally his niche. I get it, but I don't care about it. And you know, but I'll go watch Gusty. So like Twitch is such cool. We've met so many cool people, and Twitch is such a cool, its strength is in that social element, finding people that you like talking with and that you can be part of their community, and like maybe shared morals, shared ethics, shared humor, shared taste in games, whatever it is, right? Like that's where its strength is, but that's also its weakness. That's or I should say that's also what makes it difficult, is trying to navigate the extremely nuanced social situation. And it's hard. It's really hard. We only met up at 7 hour in, and we only had 2 rounds of fighting before we had to go. Next week we'll see how much further we get. That's really cool though, Durgo. And I think like if you're planning on that being, that's kind of a long-term thing, that works. But man, that is, the progress has got to be like at a snail's pace. That's crazy. On the Pantheon Plus U2, I used to call in all the time near the end. Oh, yeah, I read that. When I did EQ2 very shortly, somebody called me a celebrity, and I was like, my sub sure don't feel celebrity level. It's all perception, though, man. It's all perception. It's like, yeah, of course I'm not a celebrity, but when somebody watches you, so this guy, really nice guy, super cool. Always enjoyed him being part of the community. I've been talking to this guy in streams for years, right? For years, but I've never heard his voice. And I think, especially too, because he's young, it was just one of these situations where he was like, sorry I didn't say a whole lot, or sorry I'm not saying a whole lot. It's kind of blowing my mind. And I'm being a little shy for some reason and whatever. And I'm like, literally, man, I am just some dude on the internet, like, who decided to stream one day, right? Like, you do not have to feel any kind of weird, you know? It's like it's not like I'm making movies and a million people know my name, right? Like, but it's all perception. It's all perception. It's so crazy. Listen, just tell me if I'm on the no-no list. Mr. C, you are not on the no-no list. Honestly, Mr. C, I have always appreciated you guys at Static Group Live. You know, we're really strongly passionate about, like, even just the family friendly stream element and everything. And what I've loved about you guys is how much you've respected that, and how supportive you guys have been. And like Drac, I think Drac is a great guy. I think you're a great guy. Like, I love that through that you keep coming here and chatting. Like, I really appreciate having you here. Yeah, the support you guys have given, and just getting to know you and chatting with you. So yeah, I would have, and again too, like, I don't know, and I'm not asking, it's not my business, but I don't know what your personal opinions are on even like our level of family friendly or whatever. But what I appreciate most is, regardless, you come in and respect it. And that's amazing to me. Like, there's, in this sphere, there's almost no better compliment to me. Than you know, like, even one of our mods has said, hey, Oren, I don't share the same opinions and thoughts about, like, you know, what's expected in your stream is not how I talk or whatever outside in real life, right? But I like you guys, and it's your house, and I've got all the respect for that. And so, you know, that's, thank you. Like, that's awesome, right? So, Mr. C, I've loved that you found us through all of this, and that you keep coming back and chatting. So no, you're not on the no. Yeah, got you. That makes sense. Absolutely. Oh, I think that was all about like putting myself in there. Yeah, it's very hard to explain that to someone who doesn't understand that introvert mindset. Yeah, yeah. Well, and I mean, I think even for some introverts too, there's a lot of people out there that are looking for their people, right? There's a lot of people out there that are looking for someone to spend time with, to click. And I think especially on Twitch, like, we're all a lot of gaming nerds, right? Like, we're all looking, I know for us, like, even finding people in our church that have similar interests than us, right? Or like, I mean, you know, I don't find a lot of people even my age that have similar interests. I didn't find a lot of them when I was younger either. You know what I mean? Like, I like fantasy books and I like video games, and you know what I mean? Just finding people that share your interests as well. And so when you find a community on Twitch, there's a lot of cool people in there, and you click with the streamer or the streamers in our case. And like, I can understand that. Like, hey, you're playing with some people. Can I play too? And like, sometimes the no answer is really complicated, and it's not, I don't want you here. I don't appreciate you. I don't dislike you. But maybe there's other reasons, and or maybe we just don't click on that level, you know? And so it's like, it's just tough. And I get it from a viewer's standpoint. I'm more the type to be like, hey, we don't click. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I can feel it. We don't click. So it's all good. We can just hang out and chat. And it's all good. I'm not going to say anything about like hanging out or whatever, right? But I don't think everybody recognizes that right away, and that's fine. I think too, it's hard for people because they're looking for people to hang out with that share their interests. They feel like, oh, hey, I found it. Can I be involved too? And I mean, for me as an introvert, how many people do I bring into that? You know what I mean? Like, that, it's hard. It's really, really hard. And it's like, you don't want to drive people away, but you also don't want to just appease them for the sake of appeasing them. I'm not the type of person either to be like, you know, I mean, some of you may have been around when somebody came in here, like, trying to blackmail me, you know, for subs or donations or whatever the heck it was, to do something on my stream. And I'm like, forget that. If you don't want to be here and hang out with a cool community, get out. You know, I'm not the type of person that kind of panders. Like, I want harmony. I want to be respectful, but I'm also not the type to pander and like just make myself feel terrible just so somebody else always like gets what they want. And so like, even if it doesn't really work. So I'm not that kind of person. But I also, like, I care about you guys. You know, like, it's such a crazy, I don't know if any of this like makes sense. I try to explain it even, and I feel like I'm well known for having like all of these thoughts and knowing exactly what I'm talking about in my head and not being able to get it out the right way. And I just go and go and go and go and go because I'm trying to like get what's up here out here in the right way. But yeah, I just like I care about all you guys, but you know, I'm an introvert. I have a very small close group. It's really hard to get in that. I want to give everybody some time. I don't have all of it. I don't have all the time. I want to do all these things. I don't have time for all of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's just hard. It's hard. And it's like, and you feel bad, but I would be lying if I said I had time for everyone, for everything, you know? Yeah. Which is crazy, man. It's so good. Like I've been doing this for almost 9 years and I love it. And I can't see quitting anytime soon, but it can be hard sometimes. And yeah, it's crazy. And then Locke met Kylaris and you went on the back burner. They have such a similar like sense of humor and wit. It's crazy. They clicked immediately too. Like Kylaris and I got married. Locke and I started kind of talking again and everything. There'd been a little bit where we weren't talking as much. Just life. Nothing bad or whatever, just life. And we started talking again a little bit, and it's like, oh, hey, this is my wife. Like Locke wasn't even at my wedding because you know we kind of weren't close at that time, and and then it's like, oh yeah, let me introduce you to my wife, and like immediately they clicked immediately, and they have such a similar, they have the same sense of humor, the same wit. It's crazy. So they've been such good friends ever since. Yeah, it's very hard to explain that to someone who doesn't understand. Oh yeah, the introvert mindset. Yep. Gussie is a pretty cool guy. He is. I hope he doesn't mind me using him as an example, but yeah. I always say that Gussie has such a massive, charismatic game show kind of vibe that it is addictive. Yeah, like honestly, I've had the pleasure of spending some time talking with Gussie kind of more one-on-one too, and like the amount of respect I have for the guy, great dude. I get along with him. I think when I first met him, I don't think I could have anticipated how well I get along with him, and I really get along with him very well. At least on my side of things, I feel like I have a great time talking with him. That's why I was even like, we should do a podcast. And I was, you know, kind of joking, but also if he said yeah, I'd maybe think about actually doing it because I have such a good time talking with him. So, but yeah, absolutely. I also couldn't care less what Orin is playing, but that's usually because he's standing in one spot for 45 minutes while chatting. Well, at least you're here for the chat. I'm over here needing to wake up in 5 hours, but chatting with Orin in his stream is just too good to pass up. Oh man, well thanks, dude. Like I'm glad that you're here for it because not everybody would be here for for this. And like honestly too, you know, I said I wasn't gonna be up too late. I'm probably up too late. But I got nothing going on tomorrow. And like I genuinely miss talking to you guys when I can't stream, which is why I wanted to still stream tonight, even though it was late. But like genuinely, I really do. I know it seems like, you know, all this we've been talking about, maybe it seems sometimes like, you know, I'm not as approachable or something. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what feelings are out there about us or me or whatever exactly. But I can kind of imagine, like even my own family thinks I'm a hermit, and they're kind of right. You know what I mean? Like I am very comfortable and happy being home. And I'm, yeah, I mean, even my own family, you know, if you ask my brother Mark, he will tell you he thinks I'm a hermit, and he's probably right. So you know what I mean? Like I know that it can be hard sometimes, but I appreciate even when people come and talk with me. I really missed talking with you guys. I enjoy this. This is the part I really enjoy, and I like having you guys here. Really do. I'm sorry if I can't give everyone all the time. And I'm even sorry if like, hey, we get along and I'm glad you're here. Maybe we don't click to the point where I'm like, hey, I'm play games with you all the time. You know what I mean? Like, um, I think that's just reality. It sucks. I should work for everybody all the time, but you know, it's like it's just kind of reality. Um, but overall, I'm appreciative that people come here, come back to chat. You know what I'm saying? Does that? I don't know. Like you say, you throw that kind of stuff out there, and it's like, never know how somebody's gonna take that. So I just always try to be honest about things. I try to be straight up. One of the reasons why I love even chatting with people about this kind of stuff is like let's have a little more insight into like the behind the scenes. Let's have a little more insight so we can get to know each other a little bit more. And like and hand in hand with that, extend some grace and respect and mutual understanding. You know what I'm saying? So wait, you're still on? Hi Lou. It's 4:20 p.m. here. Yeah, I'm still on. I should probably go to bed, but you know me, I'm chatty. Whenever I tell people about you, I'm like, say what you will about their gaming streaming. Orn is really good about keeping up the chat. Are you being facetious? I'm really behind, but it's important to me to read people's chats. Like I know for me, I get really frustrated when I'm trying to chat and it's just getting missed over and over again or whatever. I kind of get to the point like I watch Hippo. I like Hippo. Hippo does a pretty good job with chat, but Hippo's chat moves pretty quick. And that sometimes gets to be kind of hard for me to be there. Like if I'm doing something else, Hippo's great to have on. But if I want to be chatty, you know what I mean? Like he's not always going to be able to read my chats. And I get that. And that's how his stream works. But it's always been really, really important to me to read people's chats. I want to interact. That's why I'm doing this. That's the same problem we have in this area. Not really anyone our age that has the same interests. That's why I'm thankful for this community. Yeah, for sure, Heather. Absolutely. I mean, and again, that's what's really hard. Like, we really clicked with Professor Plum. Dude's in Brisbane, Australia. We really clicked with him. The dude is in Brisbane, Australia. He's married now. He's got a full-time job. He's also going back to school, and I just don't talk to him anymore. I hardly ever talk to him anymore. Just sucks because we really clicked with him. Really, I have so much respect for the guy. Really like him, and we just can't hang out. Just is what it is, you know. Sucks, but what do you do? The guy's halfway around the world. You know what I mean? Like he's got a life too, but that's the thing, you know, it's like trying to find people around you that have the same interests. That's super hard. And then, you know, you find people online and it's like, well, does it work? Like, you know, you try to build this sense of community and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's tough. You want to appease everybody. And yet, you know, I can't appease everybody. It's okay, Oren. I just like hearing you talk. Ah, thanks, Brosif. Send me that book. I'll read it. 9 years is awesome. Yeah, we're coming up on 9 years. Coming up on 9 years. How did my ads manager just out? That's weird. But yeah, 9 years streaming. Just put this chat in front of me. Dang it, sincerity. I know. Oh yeah, recently had a chance to chat with Gustin off stream. Phenomenal dude off stream as well. Yeah, absolutely. Like honestly, just chatting with him, it's been so cool. But even like Sloth, getting to talk to you, like pre or post Miss Mayhem, you know, getting that opportunity to talk with you outside of this, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that I'm super different. Like, the biggest compliment that we get is that people think we're very genuine. And I love that, because what I try to do here is, you know, obviously I can't tell people everything, but like, we try to be really honest and we try to be straight up, and like what you see is what is who we are, right? But any streamer will tell you too, there is that little bit even of, I'm on camera, I'm facilitating a stream, right? And there's a little bit of, I'm putting on streamer mode, right? And so it's cool to get an opportunity sometimes to chat when all of that is off, right? And it's just chatting. So no one chats like, yeah, no one chats like Gaston. Where's them hats like Gaston? Gaston is friends on Twitch with 26 mats like Gaston. He uses rabbits in all of his decorating. Oh my gosh, Gusty. That's amazing. I just got off work, so it's officially the weekend now. Nice, Lou. Me too. I got off work several hours ago, but that's epic. Lou, how was your day, man? Me personally, on my streams, there's a point where the chat reaches where I'm like, sorry, would love to read it, but I can't. There's too much. Yeah, I've thought about that. I do a lot of back scrolling, like, obviously, and there's cons to that, right? Because you lose the thread. You lose the thread. And yeah, that really sucks. And I've said too, as like the community's kind of grown and everything, and especially being so chatty, right? And I think the people who want to be here in chat are going to be, right? The more and more chat happens, it's like, gosh, am I going to be able to continue to read everyone's chat? And that actually really bothers me. That really bothers me. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why too, like even FPS Friday with like the finals and stuff like that, or before that, like we even tried like Overwatch and stuff like that. We used to play a lot of Overwatch, and those were hard on the community and on me, because those are games that it's really hard to read all of the chat. You have to be very focused on what you're playing, and yeah, and they weren't as popular, because I think when people stay here and come back, they know we're chatty, and so, and we're trying to read your chat and respond to your chat, right? And so when we've done those things, especially on the regular, I think it's been hard on chat. That's what they want to be talking. And I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm not crying, I'm just crackling. And so like that, the idea of that has really bothered me. And there's definitely been times where I've had to be like even in Pantheon, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to all of this chat. And I've tried to, when that's happened, I've tried to kind of like set the precedent that like, hey, if I didn't see your chat, please repost it. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like it's important and you really want me to read and respond, like post it again, you know? And like, I don't know how to handle that better, but it bothers me a lot. Like, I know, Mr. C, you even said that like a little while ago, you know what I mean? And like, and I'm sure to a degree it's frustrating that it's taken me this long to get to that chat, you know, but I try to read and respond as much as I can. So Dude, that decorating line was excellent. Thanks, man. Every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, it works out. It was Missy. I also did Era's lessons. Yeah, she told me about that. That's awesome, man. Nice work, Lou. Good job, Holmes. How were classes, dude? I respect tremendously how well you and Gussie both keep up with y'all's chats, with how active they are. Yeah, man, I try. And obviously I know too, like, any kind of gameplay is gonna suffer because of it. But again, like, in my opinion, my feelings on the matter are like, I could just be playing video games without streaming, right? Like, the point was to meet people and chat with them, and you know, and again, there's frustrations inherent in that as well, because somebody might want to watch us play the game without me standing there for, like Gusty said, 45 minutes just chatting. You know, like, there's frustration there. But I've also been in streams where, like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, there's somebody streaming a game. I knew the game really well. They were struggling with the game. They asked for help. 7 times I posted the help. 7 times. While they continued to say, I need help. And after the 7th time of them not reading my chat, and or not responding, and or not listening to or like at least ingesting and maybe trying help that I was trying to give them, I was like, nope, I'm out. Look, so frustrating. So frustrating. And like, nobody else really knew, you know what I mean? Like they weren't able to provide specific help, right? You know what I mean? So it's not like somebody else is like in there too going,
managed.
The lessons were great. Meeting Era and the boy at the station now. I hope that wasn't you giving me advice for Silksong. Although I do, Lou, I'm not going to lie. I know you're loving that game. I really miss chatting with you more. I really do. I'm totally patient. I'm still showing up for it. But I miss chatting and goofing off with you. I know you're super focused. It's all good. But yeah, but no, I wasn't speaking directly to you. You have a good day, Lou. Hope you guys have a great time, man. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, it happens, dude. It happens. I'm not like, oh man. But I will say, I miss talking with you. So, but yeah, I mean, like, I feel like no matter what you do, there's going to be some frustrations. There's going to be something, you know what I mean? Like, it's just hard. It's hard. I got to keep up. It irks me if I don't. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. Like, I'm long-winded. Gussie, I feel like the advantage you have on me is you have things to say, but you're very quick at responding. You're very concise. I am not concise, as we all know. If you've been here for any amount of time, I am not concise. I have a lot of things going on up here. I have a really hard time sometimes getting them all out in a way that I'm satisfied with. Because I want the context, I want the understanding to be conveyed more than even just the words. I feel like I can't always do it. That's one of the reasons why writing has always been my outlet, because I'm able to get out more of the meaning easier than when I speak. So, but I think that's the thing. You are very concise about responding and or with your responses in most situations. And so I think that's how you're able to keep up faster than me. I read one person's chat and I got a lot of things to say. So, and tangents and everything. So oh, for sure. The times we do shared chat always throws me off because of how active it gets. I feel so bad missing chats here and there. There's a lot of times I turn down the volume of collaborators and still mute and respond to individual messages to try and keep up without interrupting. I'm not going to lie, I hate shared chat. And that's one of the reasons I can't stay. I hate it as a streamer. I hate it as a viewer. even as a viewer, I hate it. Kylarus and I are so annoyed in shared chats. Not just we, but anytime I do shared chat. Yeah. I do exactly the same. Sometimes it's necessary. Yeah. Sounds like you were on the no-no list. Wait, who? Who's on the no-no list? Dang it. Oh, I'm on Lou's no-no list? Yeah, pretty much. But yeah. Wait, who? No, because Lou said that afterwards. Oh, Mr. C, I lost the contact. See, that's what happens. That's what happens. I read all these chats. That guy who ignored your tip. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Mr. C. I was just like, nope, I'm out. I couldn't. Like, literally just, oh, no, I'm struggling. Somebody help me. What do I do? And I mean, like, you know, it wasn't a small chat, but it wasn't a huge chat either, even to, like, you know, for somebody to be like, nah, I'm not reading that, right? But I posted it, and I waited for them to read it. And they're still going, oh no, I don't know what I'm doing. What's happening? Somebody help me. I need help. Does anybody know? Posted it again. I literally counted 7 times. And after the 7th time of them ignoring my chat, not reading it, not taking any of it in to help them while they're still asking for help, I was like, nope, I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. So, but let's see. Why waste time saying a lot of words why waste time say a lot word when few word do trick? I don't usually feel like less words do the trick for me. There are a few times where I go long-winded. Yeah, for sure. Yes. But the percentage of long-winded between you and me when it comes to responding to chats. I think you and I are long-winded off of stream talking to each other. We can go on forever. But like when it comes to responding to chats, there's a difference in percentage of long-windedness. So, well, and to be fair, I feel like too, there's some people in your chat that a quick response is totally fine for what they're saying. I feel like a lot of the time we get in these, on my stream, we get in these really in-depth conversations because I really like in-depth conversations. I can't stand small talk. I am terrible at it. I suck at small talk. It gives me anxiety. I am not a fan. I like in-depth, deep talk. That is where I live. And so it can be hard to balance that. Ignore all tips for Morin. I hate that guy. Oh, Mr. C, if you even knew all the details, it makes it worse. If you even knew, like, and I'm not going to go down that road, but if you even knew all the details, it makes it worse. Like even what I'm comfortable sharing might not even seem like, I even worry about, like, well, does it come off like I'm just this know-it-all, like, you need to read my tip and do exactly what I say, because that's not it. But if you knew even all the details, it makes it even worse. I'd like, oh, it drives me crazy. So anyway, what's up, Whipsy? How you doing, man? Whipsy, we were talking about you earlier. Whipsy, you play Slay. I think I've seen you stream Slay the Spire, right? Is that right? That can't be good. What's going on, man? How are you? Like Whipsy. Guess he would never end stream if he chatted like Orin. He already takes an hour to get through game shows sometimes. Oh my gosh. I love Gussie's streams, but I'm like, holy cow, dude, how do you keep up? How do you keep up? I think at one point too, I told him, I was like, man, you should put some cooldowns or caps on some of this stuff, because he is like, Gussie, you are just constantly interrupted. Constantly. It would drive me bonkers. would drive me bonkers. I don't know how you. I mean, obviously you manage. I would end, but I would still be on the same sentence as what I started. I don't think I've streamed it, but I've definitely played it. Really? I thought, what game did I see you play that had like, it was the 2D side scroll that had like the different like medieval characters. It was kind of a darker, almost more gothic style art. I thought that was Slay the Spire, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, we were talking about Slay the Spire a little bit earlier. And I was like, I swear I saw Whipsy stream that, but maybe not. I have no clue if I'm being honest. Gosh. Man, I mean, we're talking, this was a couple years ago, probably. You know what I mean? I could picture it in my head. Like a 2D, you kind of had a party of characters. Was it Across the Obelisk? It might have been. Hold on. How are you doing, man? What's going on? Yes. Yep. With the cards and stuff. That's why I thought somebody was telling me Slay the Spire was like with cards and everything. That's why I thought I had watched you play it, because now I'm looking at it and yeah, that was it. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I was telling people, I was like, oh yeah, I totally watched Whipsy play Slay the Spire. It was Across the Obelisk. I've been absolutely loving hanging Gusty streams more. Yeah, I mean, like I've kind of appreciated too, like the time slot he's been able to do. Like obviously it sucks he lost his job. Obviously gonna need to find another one, you know what I mean? Unless streaming like really takes off for him, you know what I'm saying? He's doing a great job. But you know, he's gonna have to find another job, and that's gonna probably put a wrench into that time slot. But it's been really cool having him on the daytimes, getting to hang out and chat and stuff. Because like I said, I get along with Gusty really well. So yeah. I'm good playing OSRS again, so that's consuming my life. Nice. That's cool, man. Glad to hear you're doing good. I was actually a game tester for them, which was cool. That's so much fun, dude. Broke some stuff and got the cards nerfed. Nuts. Don't tell anybody which ones, though. Gets some mad fans. I would love if streaming took off enough to do that. As of yet, it has very not. I know, right? That's the thing. Like, I don't do this to be a full-time streamer. Like, that's never been the goal. That's never been the aim. I've harbored no delusions that I would ever make this a career. And here's the deal, though, too. We've talked about this before. Streaming is hard. That's why the vast majority of people who have streamed have only streamed a few times or very infrequently. Because streaming is hard. There are many aspects of it as to why it's difficult, right? And most people who watch streams don't realize how much work has to go into it. And when you're making it your career now too, when you're trying to make it a career, it is no longer about fun. Now it is about you paying your rent or your mortgage, paying for food and heat and water and electricity that runs your stream, because now that's a business expense, right? Like, it is no longer about fun. It is now about your income. And so you are going to have to compromise and do things. That's why you see a lot of these streamers are the first ones hopping into a new game, because it is, whether they actually want to play this game or not, and they'll tell you they do in most cases, because what they're there for is to be on the cutting edge, to get the views. They want the views. They need the views, right? They need to bring people in, continue subbing, and like, there will be people who drop off, so you got to replace them, right? So like if you're getting subs and you're getting donations and all of that, and really the money is in sponsorships, you gotta retain and continue to grow so that sponsors are attracted to your stream and everything, right? And so like it no longer is for fun, right? So that's never been the goal and why we do this. But there are times where I'm like, man, I would love to have a regular schedule, or say I start streaming at 9:30 and I go until 3:30 every day, or like Monday through Friday or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I would love that. That would be so fun. But it's also not all fun. So it's, I don't know. There's the part of you that goes, man, that would be so cool. I wish I could do that. I love streaming. I love having such a good time here. And then like, yeah, but realistically, it's hard. It's tough. I don't envy full-time streamers, right, Mr. C? No doubt. I mean, for real. I think the vast majority of people who watch streams don't realize how hard it is. Like, I'm just doing it as a hobby. I'm doing it for fun, right? And it can be hard even with that. Building a community of people, having to navigate their expectations, having to navigate my own expectations amidst all of that, having to navigate all these social situations that we've talked about, right? You know what I mean? There's cool people that I really like that, somehow apparently I've upset them, and now I got to deal with that. And like, how do I handle that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And like, you want people to come back when they're cool people and they like fit your community and whatever, and want them to meet other cool people. And like, how do you facilitate that? And how do you do that in a way that doesn't necessarily put you in like a situation you can't sustain, right? Like, I don't know. There's just so many things. And like, I'm just doing this as a hobby. Then to make it a career where this is actually your bread and butter and how you're paying your bills, the amount of stress that has to be involved in that is nuts. It's nuts. Yeah, for the true career streamers, it is a ton of work. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. A lot of people don't get it. Like, I'm the cameraman. I'm the tech support. I'm the audio guy. I'm the anchorman or the actor. I'm the background artist. I'm the, you know what I mean? Like you're doing so much. You do so much. And it just takes years to even build up and everything. And then, man, it's so crazy. It's so, it's like what would take like a broadcasting, like the fact that we can even do this nowadays is crazy. Like, people, it would take an entire production crew back in the day to do what we're doing right now. One person, like literally one person. It would take an entire production crew to do what one person can do now. Right? And so it's, yeah, like, it's a lot of work. And like, and again, it's so much can affect when you make this a career. So much can affect your income, and you have to think about your income. Like, yes, you can watch streams for free, but like, if you're a full-time streamer, you have to be making money. No one's out here working for free. Like, I'm not. There's a difference between volunteering some time to something and like literally doing all your work for free and not getting paid. Like, you are not eating that. You don't have heat. You don't have a house or an apartment. Like, you don't have it. So nobody's out here working for free. And so many things can affect your bottom line when you're in streaming? Did you pick the right game to draw in people? Did you get there soon enough? You know, like, it's just nuts. It's crazy. Yeah, or they have to stick with the game they're known for and can't afford to switch it up. It's really, really hard. Like, I've talked to people in our community, streamers in our community. Some of the Sea of Thieves fans actually really, I mean, I get it. You love Sea of Thieves, but the fervency, man, is a little over the top for some people. I've talked to some people in our community who stream Sea of Thieves pretty often, and built their community on Sea of Thieves. And when they don't want to play Sea of Thieves and they stream something else, you got how many people who just don't show up because they don't care. At least they're just not showing up, I guess. But they don't show up. And then you've got the people who come in and say, well, this isn't Sea of Thieves. No, duh. like I have to shut my mouth, or not type, I should say, when I see somebody coming into somebody else's stream and going, hey, this isn't this game. Well, yeah, no, duh. You don't think I'm a gamer, man? You think I've played one game my entire life? Like, I hate that attitude. But you'll get these people who, man, this is what you're known for. This is what you've built your community on. And they expect, yeah, Dance Monkey, right? And they expect you to play that game every time you stream. And that's where I'm like, this is where I'll never be a full-time streamer. Because when people do that, I tell them, take a hike. Like, I'm going to play what I want to play. I'm not going to play what you want me to play. I'm going to play what I want to play. But again, it comes back to that one guy. I just always think about this because it was the most extreme. The dude who came in and like, hey, you want a sub, you want this donation, whatever, do this. I was like, or you want my follow, right? Do this. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. You want to follow, you want to sub, you want to donate. It's entirely up to you. I am not going to do something for you to do that. If you don't want to do that, great. See ya. But I am not going to get a dancing monkey for those things. Forget it. Ugh. Yeah, plus paying for mods, plus paying for video editors. Yeah, absolutely, Mr. C, for real. It is a ton of it. Just I think so many people watch streams and they go, they're just playing video games. Like, I can always tell the people who start streaming, like who have that mindset. Oh, they're just playing video games. They're making the Ninja, he's making all this money. He's just playing video games. I'm good at video games. I should just start streaming. I'll make all this money playing video games. What I like to do in my free time, right? Make it my career. And then they stream a couple times and they realize, no. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. You don't walk into streaming and go, hey, everybody, look at me, and have 10,000 people watching you, paying you money. Like, that's not how this works. You know? Yeah, I can always tell, like, you're one of those people that looked at this and said, oh, I could do that. Yeah, I'm just playing video games. I play video games all the time. I'm great at video games. You know, Fortnite, I'm cracked at Fortnite. Watch me play Fortnite. Delusionally thinking, like Ninja built his career on Fortnite. That dude is cracked at Fortnite. His friends who played Fortnite and built their careers on Fortnite, they're cracked at Fortnite. And I mean, they might lose sometimes, for sure, because they're humans, but like, they are cracked at Fortnite, right? Or FPS games or whatever. right? There are very few people on that level. But somebody's gonna go, hey, I'm really good at this game. I could do that. And then they get a very realistic wake-up call. I had a guy whose name was Burp for Follow and said, gotta burp for the follow, bro. I did not get his follow. Yeah, I react really poorly to that kind of stuff. It's just rude to me. I'm not gonna be blackmailed. Like, no thanks, man. I do this for fun. You want to be part of a cool community? Awesome. It is your decision, join or not. I'm not doing something. But see, but again, you will get these career streamers. Your follow matters. You are traffic, and you're not just traffic. You're potentially reoccurring traffic, which is going to attract sponsors for them, right? CohhCarnage even talks about how, like, when he would play, like, he has his CohhCarnage channel, but he started his Code channel because when he would play what he wanted to play, like EverQuest on CohhCarnage, it affected his numbers in a way where sponsors were not interested. So he had to create his second channel, Co, to play the games he wanted to play so that it wouldn't affect the numbers on the CohhCarnage channel, which is more his brand, his home base channel. And he plays sponsored games, and he plays the hotness games within his realm of, like, this is the stuff I do play, but, like, you know, like, that's his business channel, and he literally had to separate what he played for fun and what he played for business so that it didn't affect his bottom line. Like, that's, and I mean, it makes sense, but it sucks. Like, you know, he doesn't get to be on his regular channel playing what he wants all the time because it might turn sponsors away. And that's how he makes his money. That's how he makes a living. That's how he feeds his family. My shield is constantly cracked at Fortnite. Does that count? Yes. It's the modern day, I'll be a rock star and everyone will love me. Yeah. Like, it doesn't work that way, man. And typically the people too who become rock stars also have had to work really, really hard. You know? What did I hear? This happens all the time too. What did I hear? Like, Avril Lavigne. I think I remember from back in the day. Like, Avril Lavigne she sang country. That's what she grew up listening to. That's what she originally sang. When she was signed, they were like, yeah, no. This country thing isn't going to work. We're going to have you sing, like, what, pop punk? Whatever you want to call her genre, I guess. And I mean, did really well for a time there. I don't know how big she still is, but you know, did really well for a time. But essentially changed her image, changed the, you know, singing the music she liked to, I mean, maybe she liked this, but, like, it's not what she originally wanted to sing. She wanted to sing country. And changed all of that for the money. So I have to work hard to make all the monies. Screw that. Yeah. I mean, I think like I like to work hard when I'm passionate about something, when I'm, you know, like, I find projects at work that I can be passionate about, that I can apply my own personal talents to and everything, and I will work very hard for that. And it's always seemed to work pretty well for me. that's also a very stable position where it's like, I already have this job. I'm getting a regular paycheck. And if I work really hard, I just get more money. You know what I mean? Like, I could survive on what I was making just doing the job. Now I can get more money if I work a bit harder doing something I'm passionate about. But like streaming, I love streaming. It's super fun. I have a great time meeting people, but I feel like for me to try and make it into a career would just rip the soul right out of it. And it would definitely have to be a very natural progression for me to even like consider it. And even then, I feel like I wouldn't be able to sustain it because well, one, just the fact that I run a family friendly stream right there, boom, really hard to like be making any kind of real money. You're already turning some people away, a lot of people away, just running a family friendly stream. But I wouldn't be on the cutting edge of a lot of new games and things like that. And I don't think I'd be able to make it work. You want the juice to feel like it's worth the squeeze, though. Yeah, oh yeah, exactly, for sure. So, yeah, man. Yep. Yeah, and you know, like when I do this for enjoyment, when I do this to have conversations like this with people, you know what I mean? And yeah, it just wouldn't work. Just wouldn't work. Oh, it's unfortunate because it is really fun. It's partly unfortunate because it is really fun. But oh, anyway, I should probably call it. It's 3 a.m. here. It's 3:10 in the morning. I have probably stayed up way too late. Thankfully, I don't have to be up at 7 o'clock for my son's basketball. Sadly, he can't be there because he's sick. Let's play some Fortnite. Oh man, I wish I could right now, Holmes. Lou, see, that's the thing too. Like Lou, we had so much fun playing Fortnite. I feel like we got you to try Fortnite. You had a blast with us, and I want to play Fortnite with you again. And like finding the time to actually meet up and play more Fortnite is tough. And like it was just so much fun, dude. And you know, you say that, let's play some more Fortnite, and I'm like, yeah. Dang it, I gotta go sleep. Lou's another good example. Like Era and Lou, we it's so funny how well we click with them. They're like 12 years younger than us. Which, I mean, as you get older, doesn't really matter. But they're 12 years younger than us. Their family is just kind of getting started, like the bigger family. You know, they have a 2-year-old. Their oldest, or their only is 2, and you know, like they're in Japan from New Zealand, like, and we click with them so well. Like, love talking with them. Like literally, I was Era's #1 follower for 2025. Like just in like being there and everything. I just love talking with these guys. You know what I mean? And they live halfway around the world. And it's like trying to like find time, you know? So it's like even when you click really well and then trying to just like line up the schedules and making it work is tough. Because Lou, I was talking about my buddy Mike who's in Brisbane. And just we clicked so well with him. Like just had such a great relationship and everything. But he's married now and he has a full-time job. Like when we met him, he was streaming. I don't think he was in school anymore. He had lost his job, or like his job was a physical one, and with COVID and everything and the lockdown in Australia, like he just didn't go. He didn't have a job, right? And I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but he would stream our mornings like you and Era do, and we got to know him really, really well. We played some games with him for a couple of years, and you know, but I mean, that dude's married now. He's got a full-time job. He's back in school for like a special certificate kind of thing, whatever. It's like just even finding the time to hang out. Like I barely talk to him anymore, and it just sucks. I'd love to, How do you get that to work? You know what I mean? Life happens. Oh, yeah. So it's the same thing with you guys. You know, I'd love to play more for you. Got to find some time to like try to actually make that work. You know, it's tough. Yeah, short stream, same length as a regular stream. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I told Kylaris I wasn't gonna go that late. She was like, "Yeah, okay." No, really, this time. Yeah, go to bed. I know I should. Got them all hopped up on Fortnite and then left them hanging. Yeah, Peripherus will tell you about like Overwatch too. We were playing so much Overwatch. Peripherus started playing Overwatch because he was watching us play Overwatch, right? And we were kind of like, oh yeah, you know, at some point, you know, you hop in and play with us and stuff. And then we stopped playing Overwatch like right after he started playing Overwatch. He was I don't know if he was mad, but he was definitely disappointed, and he still griefs us every once in a while about like, oh, remember when, you know, you got me into Overwatch and then you quit playing Overwatch, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. We got to do more sometime. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like we're lucky with our jobs that streaming should be possible for a long time. Yeah, for sure, man. Oh yeah, it's 3 a.m. there. 3 a.m. there, right? Yeah, 3:15. 3:15 in the morning. I am up way too late. So, but yeah. I definitely, yeah, I miss doing this. I miss talking with you. Really do. Where I was like, I don't even know what to play. Kylaris is going to bed. I don't know what to play. I'll probably just chat. You're about to grab some macas? Oh, I know macas. Oh man. It's that was one of the coolest things about this too, is like, you know, like I grew up in a family where a lot of my family is still in the Netherlands. We still had contact. They still came to visit. My dad still went there pretty often. Um, it was just kind of always around, right? And so like I feel like I grew up kind of not taking for granted that everyone talked like me, and you know, whatever, routine wise was exactly the same, whatever, what have you. Um, and I think that has really fascinated me. I'm always curious. Like I think like Lou can attest to this too. It's like when I found them and I'm like, tell me about New Zealand and tell me about Japan and tell me about your food and tell me why they say these certain things and whatever. And I'm always super curious about that because like to me, like I equate it to my family too. Like I know why you guys say this, right? Or whatever. And it's different than me, or why you do things this way and it's different than me. But you're my family and I have an insight into that, and so I know why, you know. So it's always cool to me to like I've always loved um like even colloquialisms and things like that, and like why do you guys say this that way, and you know what I mean? So like nobody here that I know of calls it macas, but our friend Mike in Brisbane called it macas, you know. And I just like it makes sense. I get it, but nobody calls it macas here. You know what I mean? You can stream longer to raid them. No, Durgo, I'm gonna go sleep. No. Oh man, right next to the Hungry Jacks. Yeah. It is fun hearing about all the little differences, and yet we can all still relate in many ways. Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, yeah, because at the end of the day, I think, you know, we're all a lot more similar than what it first comes off as, right? But it's just, yeah, I can understand where macas came from, right? Like I get that. Or I don't know, a billion other things that we've talked about, you know, like even calling it a pram versus a stroller, right? Like I get it. I get where it comes from. It's not what we say, but I hear, but I get why you say that. Yep, we're all human. Australians, on the other hand. Oh, hey, Grandpa Blues, how are you? What's going on? Welcome in. What is up? Good to see you. But yeah, I love that stuff. I love that stuff. You know, like even knowing too, like there's a Dutch insult that's something like it's something like I always get it kind of slightly wrong, but it's something like go up on your roof in a white t-shirt. It's something like that. And it's like, you know, when you hear that, you're like, how does that even make sense? But when you find out where it comes from and how it kind of developed into that and how people perceive that who speak the language and are in it all the time, it's like, oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Mischief managed.
So, Orin, you're up a little late. Yeah, I am a little late. It's like 3:20 here. I am up a little late. A little early at this point. Grandpa Blues, where are you from? What time is it by you? Or are you just naturally an early riser as well? I agree. Early to me, it's gotcha. Right, my third time saying goodnight, lol. Either I'll be back in an hour and you're on still, or see you later. No, Lou, I'm going to bed. I need to go to bed. Take it easy, buddy. Glad you had a good day. Hope you have a good dinner. I think it's dinner. It's dinner. Always good talking with you, man. Gotta see, this is me waking. Yep. Tell Ira I say hey. I am Indiana, so it is 20 after 3, and this is about the time I wake up every single day. Really? Was that like, is that for work? Or just, you wake up at 3 in the morning every day? Eris says, hey, in a really girly voice. Hey girl, hey. What you doing? Awesome. I hope you guys have a great day, man. Take it easy. Hey girl. Oh man. So funny. But yeah. Anyway. I should call it. I don't want to. I want to stay and talk forever, but yeah, between 2 and 3, yes. Whether I have a reason or not, it's terrible. Oh, I like, you at least go to bed earlier so you're still getting a good night's sleep. Sorry, miss the stream. It's rare that I catch you. No, it's all good, man. Hey, it's all good. No apologies. Is what it is, right? Schedules just don't always line up. It is. No apologies. Glad you can stop in. Say hey. I go to bed about 8. Yeah. So yeah, you'd never be able to catch our streams typically because because we're in Michigan, so we're Eastern time zone as well. And we typically don't stream until our kids go to bed. So yeah, yep. So yeah, it's usually after our kids go to bed because we try to prioritize like family time. So yeah, right above you. Yeah, we're West Michigan too. Oh, but yeah. So we don't stream until late. Not usually this late, but we don't stream until probably like 9:30, 10:30 kind of stuff. So yeah, just time schedules, right? Schedules don't always match up. Yeah, as you should. That's good parenting. I try, man. We try, you know. Not gonna say we always do it perfect, but that's always been important to me and Kylaris, right? Like we like to stream, but we love streaming, but like we love our kids more. so we try to make between like dinner and or us not, you know, getting done with work and stuff till their bedtime. That's family time. That's when we hang out with them. So this Gatorade was frozen completely solid. It is melted in the hours I've been streaming. but it's so cold outside. Solid. Why do you love your kids more? What kind of streamer are you? I know the kind that is never going to go pro. We were just talking about that. The kind that will never be able to make this into a career because I love my kids more. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's good seeing you, man. Glad you can stop in. Love your kids? Unfollowing. Yeah, Mr. C. Right? Hey, man, I need you to love chat more. The audacity. 6 hours ago, Orin said he wasn't going to raid because it would take too long, and he was going to bed. 12 hours later, right? The longest stream I've ever done is like 9 hours, and it was something like 9 hours and 45 minutes, I think. It's the longest stream I've ever done. Our buddy Ed Wilbert has been following the channel for a really long time, and also in Australia on the Gold Coast, and he for a while there was like 24-hour stream, Orin, you gonna do a 24-hour stream? And I was like, never. I will never do a 24-hour stream. The longest stream I did was a Pantheon stream. It was not, yeah, like I said, like 9 hours 45 50 minutes, whatever, and it was exhausted. I was so tired. I was so exhausted after that. I slept for hours after. I was so tired. It was nuts. It's good seeing you too. Really, I'm glad I made it. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, day. 21 hours with the stream starting soon screen up and mic muted. Drop Spike, walks away. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. I'll just put on the random I'll put on the random clips. I'll just put on the random clips and we'll let it go. Does that count? I did a 15-hour Pantheon stream once. I still blame Drek. Yeah, blame Drek. That's our motto. Oh my gosh, 15 hours. That's nuts, dude. No, I've done that. What? You're kidding. Don't remind Orin about a muted mic, dude. I'm still just, how in the world? How? Actually, so I wrote script for StreamerBot, where now it's got a couple different triggers. Whenever I open StreamerBot or I open OBS, it automatically re-adds my default microphone to the specific mic source. I have one mic source that I use across everything, and it reattaches. And then I also put in a command that is exclamation muted that chat can do if it ever kind of happened. I think it's exclamation muted. Hold on. Yeah, exclamation muted does the same thing, and then yeah, that might be I think it's the 3 triggers. So it's like anytime I open OBS or StreamerBot, automatically reattach it. So hopefully, my hope is there will never be a time again where my mic will be detached after a Windows update and I'm muted. I'm not going through. I hope that resolves that and it never happens again. I was so frustrated. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna write C# into StreamerBot for an action that guarantees, hopefully guarantees, that my mic will always be there. That's what I tried. That's what I tried to do yesterday. Was just let my stream run, but it didn't work out that way. Oh my gosh, that's fun. Muted for hours. Stream is a streamer's boogeyman. Yeah. Oh yeah. Muted for hours. Stream is a streamer's boogeyman. Really is. It really is. Well, Mr. C, I don't know if you've heard this story, but at one point I was playing Jedi Fallen Order, and after a Windows update, my mic had become detached, and there were literally people in my stream from basically the beginning, the starting soon scene, right? And I was muted for a half an hour before I realized, and like people in my chatting. Half an hour later, I'm like, what the crap? I reattach my mic and I go, why didn't anyone tell me? And somebody was like, oh, dude, I thought you were just doing it on purpose. I was like, what? Why would I do that? You clearly see that I'm trying to speak to you. I was so annoyed. I was very, very annoyed. I was just wanting to watch my frames. Nope, also an 18-hour one with mic muted, building in Minecraft, and chat never said a word. What? That's nuts. That's crazy. I just don't understand. I don't understand. What do you do? Anyway, I'm starting to get so tired that my face hurts more than it did from congestion. And I am really tired. I can feel it. I'm gonna start to not be able to talk. Go rest your face. You go rest your face. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and hanging out and chatting with me. Maybe for some people this would be a really boring stream because I didn't do a whole lot, but I had a great time. I hope you did too. Yeah, appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for coming and hanging. Missed you guys. Really did. Just chatting and hanging out. So something your face hurts us too. Something har. Yeah, I knew that was coming. But anyway, I'm not gonna raid. I'm just gonna go to bed. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Yeah, awesome seeing you too, Grandpa Blues. Thank you so much. Glad to catch you. Even if it means I'm up really, really late. Glad to catch you. So. Yeah, thanks, Mr. C. Hey, yeah, again, Mr. C, I really appreciate you too, man. Thank you so much for coming in and chatting with me. Oh, all right, you guys. Yeah, have a fantastic weekend. I will talk to you guys next time. Probably Sunday night, Eastern. We'll be back. So, anyway, with that, we will see you. And music.